What is going on, everybody? Antonius the Gamer here, back once again with Mikkel Smith and Super SSS Rank. We are the Press Start Select podcast. Fellas, how are we doing tonight?
Good. Uh, Feeling a lot of emotions. So
I'm with you on that. It's been an emotional week for me, so I get
very, very emotional, man. So, yeah.
okay.
I guess also a sign of relief, man.
A sigh of relief.
A
Okay.
sigh of relief. Yeah, new things to
Being a
come.
sign of surrender.
Oh yeah, about to say coming to terms.
It's nothing I could contribute to, man. So it is
Yeah,
what it is.
yeah.
I'm listening very well.
Tim, what about you? How you feeling tonight, bro? How you feeling tonight?
Oh man, just the days are just molding together.
Hmm.
That's what it really is, man.
Yeah,
I woke up today. Oh, today's Thursday. I need to take out the trash.
yeah. October's out of here tomorrow. Like
Yeah.
that's crazy. It's crazy. So I feel you. And yeah, it's been an emotional week for me also. You guys already know the backstory of like, yo, what are we doing on here? But thankfully that story ended on a good note, so that's the important thing. But I'm pretty sure I got about 3 new grades this week based off what they had me doing. But but with no further ado, let's get into it, fellas. So we got some gaming big news as we always do. The gift that keeps on giving whether we wanted to or not. Xbox. Every other day they're in the headlines. And it's funny, I saw this someone post on Twitter of like, yo, I have not seen objectively good Xbox news in at least a week and a half.
Yep.
And I had to think about it and I was like, yeah, I can't think of something where I was like, good for them. Not once.
Not once.
Not once.
Not once.
So
not twice.
yeah.
Not 3 times. Not 4. Not
Right.
5.
All your execs are coming out saying the same thing. The one you want to hear from, we can't seem to find them.
Oh, he's leaving. He's
Yeah, for sure. Bags are packing right now.
What's the point? What's the point?
But Jory, why don't you go ahead and kick us off as our de facto Xbox guy in all things Xbox news over the past week?
Man, I mean, it's just honestly sad. It's honestly sad because you can see where the upper, like, Satya Nadella just came out today on I don't know if it was NBC, but he did a press run and he said, "Yeah, man, we're Microsoft. We want to put everything everywhere." I said, "That's not how games work. Like, your competitors don't do that. You want to compete with TikTok? That's not the same stretch. Attention is the same currency. No, it's
No,
not.
it's not.
It's not. It's not the same currency. How do you make this mistake as a CEO? Are you that embedded into AI that you've kind of lost sight of what really what
I mean,
things really do?"
have you seen the Windows 11 updates?
Yeah, and
Take
not
this
only that,
update with a dose of Copilot.
yeah, it's baffling to me that you could be at the top of a company and you lose touch because now you regulate everything to zeros and ones. My friend, a person put the zeros and ones together. You're not going to beat that formula.
Hmm.
Do you think we're going to have massive structures the size of colonies from Gundam? Do you realize where are the resources to make that?
I mean, they got the bread. That's
No, no, no.
that's the ironic thing.
No. Like, you're not going to make a construct that size. You're not going to build a Halo
Oh
ring.
no, it's not sustainable. I'm
It's
just
not.
saying they could build it. Like,
No, I
technically,
mean,
the building could be made.
that's not going to cost $1 billion. That's going to cost you're in the quintillions. You feel me? That costs a quintillion,
Mm.
whatever. That's how much it costs to make one of those structures,
Mm.
right? And then what human force is going to dedicate that? Nobody,
Right. Let's
right?
power the thing
But
that's replacing my job.
yeah, I'm just taken back because it's like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
And for
You
those who don't know, I'm just going
you
to give a quick little bullet point version of some of the things that Jory's speaking to. So in the past week, we've heard from Sarah Bond, Satya Nadella, and Matt Booty. right? People know who Satya is. Matt Booty and Sarah are a lot more involved in the Xbox side of things. Sarah more so on the hardware
Don't forget
side.
Amy.
Well, we didn't
Don't forget
hear from
Amy.
Amy. We heard what Amy said. We didn't hear from Amy. So essentially, the nutshell version is we've seen some hints of what the next Xbox console is going to look like. It is essentially going to be a gaming PC that runs Xbox games. Like that is. There's a lot of like I guess technicalities of it, but that's the overall thing of like they're making a gaming PC for the next gen Xbox. Sarah, Matt, and Satya have all said the same thing of like, what are exclusives really? People don't want exclusives anymore. And exclusives. You look at the market when you see games like Fortnite and you see games like this and that. Nobody wants exclusives. Everybody wants the convenience to be able to pick up and play. I said, okay. What's the other thing that they said that was just like, fam, what are y'all talking about? To Jory's point about Satya never actually referred to Xbox by name. He called it Microsoft Gaming. And I was like,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
that does not
Never,
that does not look good.
never.
I mean, the language says it all.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's done. And it's gonna go out like the HTC phones, man. It's
Hmm.
just gonna. It's not sustainable because you need the way Xbox works and the other brands work. Is the loyalty.
Yeah, the custom
It's
consumer
the
trust.
loyalty,
Yeah.
right? Consumer trust. You have your Xbox, you have an ecosystem. You build this ecosystem to integrate it to Microsoft, but it doesn't work if it transforms to Microsoft Windows. Just yeah, we have all the biggest publishers and they're tanking under your supervision.
Yeah.
So what do you is going to be reduced to cell phone game slides like with the budget. You guys don't want to pay for anything. Halo should not even gotten the budget that it got if you guys wanted to make a big move like that. You're not
Hmm.
spending any money on there. You're not it's we're not seeing anything telling that you understand the properties that you have at your disposal or in your hand. Maybe Phil did, but under your leadership, not anymore.
Hmm.
So right now you want to have the games everywhere. You're gonna either dissolve them or sell them. Like it's just not gonna. I don't see them staying under Microsoft if they have a tight grip because we paid this much money and we didn't get any return. You destroyed the brand. You should have let Phil Spencer build his vision and should have gave your nephew, your son, the money that he asked for, and he would have certainly built something to stand the test of time under his leadership. But you see
But
the
it's rank.
interference,
What about Amy's request for 30% profit margins?
and now you don't. Now this is where you don't ask for 30% margins from a game. That's not how they make their
Yeah,
revenue.
no,
The same model
no,
does
they
not
do
work for
not.
software. It doesn't work for software,
Hmm.
right? You don't do that. Like, oh, everybody's on using Microsoft Windows. That's because they kind of have to. If there was an other means, the day Linux is not as complex, everybody's gonna be playing in their games
Right.
there.
The minute Linux stops looking like the Matrix, things will
Yeah,
drastically change.
exactly. So it's not because like PC's popular because of Steam, right? You're not Steam. That's why everybody goes to PC. Well, oh, well, I have a Steam account. They don't have to worry about CD-ROMs. They don't have to worry about installing this. They don't.
Hmm.
And even if they did, that still would be a better outcome because they have ownership. They have that would still be a better outcome than what we're getting now.
Yeah.
But the PC is popular because of Steam. It blew up because of Steam. You're not going to compete with Steam. You got nothing worth value that make people want to stay there. You're getting destroyed by Battlefield. You, and
A
then
clinic.
none of you guys realize and respect the people that brought forth these games into what they are now. Y'all don't respect the creative minds behind it. You only respect them if they can stand on their own on and very independent. But you have game developers that have a track record of making excellent games. And you give them no respect, no honor, nothing, no recognition, no, hey, listen, you did a great game. We give you free control. None of that is being seen. Um, so to me, it's guys, it's over. There is no reason to. it's over. Like I'm looking at it. I said I don't need this console anymore. It's the what's the point?
I don't
Everything
blame you.
is
I'm laughing, but I'm
every
like, I don't blame you.
everything is I'm not gonna be spending any more money. Like my gamer tag is for nothing. And as much as they try to do the padding, it's going downhill. I just hate that they use Sarah Bond as the punching bag. Oh, she all of a sudden is now. Oh well, we need a scapegoat. All
Well,
of
I
a
mean,
sudden,
it's you gotta look like this. They got Phil in the back. Like you don't get to speak no more. Matt is scared to speak because the minute he starts to speak, everybody going in, and he knows it, so he doesn't say anything to the media. So it falls on Sarah
and nobody wants to hear anybody from Microsoft talk. I don't want to hear nobody talk. Actually,
because there's been no consistency, no matter who you speak to.
the marketing team is abysmal. How do you not? I know how to market. I came up with a better pitch for the this is an Xbox. You could have easily had the Xbox Series X be a tree, and all of that would have been its branches,
I
and
remember.
people have got the point.
Yeah,
Instead,
like here's a
yo,
branch
hey,
of the experience, but if you want the root, if you want to really get to the the root of all, come to the Xbox.
so how many versions of this one game are you gonna make? Do you think an iPhone can run Gears of War 9?
That's a great question. I
Do
don't
you
know.
think
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
and
That's a great
and
question.
so how many versions are you gonna make? Oh, you're gonna use AI to make your games. Good luck, Chuck. It's done. And
And
this whole
we've already seen how bad AI in games have been. Like, remember Storm Connections with the voice actors?
Yeah, it's not like oh, it's getting there. It's like it getting there is relative. Getting there could be 10 years from now, and clearly y'all don't like to wait. So
and like there's
But
a
then it
lot of
also ruins the human element of the experience. It's like people coming together, like voice actors, script writers. So you're literally just removing the human element from just game making, just to do what? To have better turnover time. I mean, sometimes. But then the thing about it is, you kind of take away what we love. Like, it's the human connection. Like, Jory was inspired by particular artists in games. Who am I supposed to give credit to?
Copilot.
yeah, it's a somber ending, man. It's because I'm looking at the marketing for the first Xbox, man. It was the Xbox and the Xbox 360. Great consoles, great leadership at the time, great vision. After that, um, you have people. I say it over and over again that you have people in charge that don't understand the gamer. They don't understand the people they're selling to.
Hmm.
The market for Windows is different from the market for gaming. They're vastly different people. These people don't might not even like each other,
Yeah. And even
right?
comparing the TikTok market to the gaming market, I'm like, those are not the same type of people. You're not
Yeah.
the crossover there is not as big as you think it is.
Do you think that a TikToker can spend their time scavenging, learning what materia is in Final Fantasy?
Right. A
They
build. What's
can't do
that? What
it.
does that mean?
They can't do it. They can't do it, right? Candy Crush and Tetris is too hard for them. So that's the market you're dealing with. Like it's the games that you're providing, you're gonna wind up stripping to bare bones, and it's gonna be nothing. And then, well, boom! This just in: Call of Duty being sold under Microsoft's leadership. The company has no framework to realize we don't like Microsoft because they're great. They're just there,
They're
right? They're
omnipresent.
like
You can't.
they're
Yeah.
omnipresent,
Mm.
and if that's your business model, it's not foolproof. If I just cause you're gonna be like Babylon, man. All it takes is for one person to just decide to use a different language, and it's
Yeah.
over for your kingdom.
Yeah. I have a devil's advocate question for you, both of you guys. And either you can answer first. Um, I said devil's advocate because obviously this is not how I feel. I'm like, I don't think this is how you win people over long term. But from Xbox's side of things, right? if you are seeing that in our attempts to cater to the player base, we're in last place, our hardware sales are dropping, we're not moving product despite having the biggest acquiring in gaming history. We have the biggest publishers, the biggest IP on the planet, and we're still in last place, appealing to the average gamer. Does it then make sense for them to make the moves that they're making? Because as we're seeing with the way the economy is shifting, spending power of, I guess you could say, what's left of the middle class is down, and the only people that are really spending significant money is the 1%. So, you drop your $1,000 handheld PC, you drop your, I'm assuming, $1,000 console next generation, because you're trying to appeal to the people who still have buying power in the market.
I would
And
say,
they
yeah. Like, because you could tell that they're just trying to assimilate for what they foresee is coming in terms of like economics. Because to be honest, man, maybe they have just given up what the tradition was of like, the ecosystem that they originally came in as, what they built over the years. There's many companies who've done it like over the years. One day, you just
Nintendo did
don't.
it this generation. That's what they've been getting fried up all this. If you
Yeah,
guys can't afford a Switch 2, we have a wonderful device called the Switch 1. Oh, but go ahead, Tim.
yeah. I mean, we're really seeing, the type of like iron fists, or just like I would say, the business mindset and spirit of these companies, man. Like,
Mhm.
we're really seeing like what they really stand for and what they really are. Pass on nostalgia and the memories. Like, remember, they're businessmen, and this is just what they want.
Mm.
Now, yeah, like it's odd, it's funny in some areas, but then for some reason maybe they just want to collect whatever's left and just be that.
I could see that. Joy, I want to get your answer to my question before I give my thoughts on what Tim said.
I mean, their solution to when things don't turn over a profit is to continue to downscale. So there's going to be a lot of firing.
Oh, absolutely.
So how does that innovate?
Well, it
How does that
innovates
innovate?
the stock prices. That's
It
what it
innovates the
innovates
stock price, but
in theory.
really, it's just okay. It's just let me continue to cut off the fat off the steak, and then what's left? What's left after that? Like,
Filet mignon, and they're gonna charge you
Filet mignon prices.
$80
Yeah.
for that one pickle.
and 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 what, 4 people? Like, listen, 1,000 people don't make a gaming community if that's the only people that could purchase
Oh,
it.
no, I
You know what I'm
agree.
saying?
And that's why I'm like, there is like, that's like, it's more of a devil's advocate question of like, while I understand it from a business side of things, I think to your point, Jory, like, not to interrupt you entirely, but I'm like, I agree with you wholeheartedly in the sense of like, you're cutting out the people that you need to sustain this interest. The people that you're trying to appeal to, I promise you, are not as interested in this as in this material as you think they are, and it shows.
And a lot of people aren't gonna they're not gonna waste, like me and you don't comment on everything. We silently leave quietly.
Hmm.
We don't have to we are voicing our opinion now, but like when there's a product that's not providing me the greatest service, I leave. I don't tell them anything. If they ask me why, if they happen to catch me, like, hey, I left because the service was trash. I don't care about, okay, I'll find something somewhere else.
Right.
I'll use something else. I'm not gonna continue coming here. It's done. And I think them trying to turn Xbox into like everywhere software, it's not gonna work because, one, Game Pass only works because of the Xbox. It doesn't work. What's the point of me purchasing anything unless I'm gonna be loyal to my library? And if that's the case, I rather all the games that I have in my library might come up to $5,000
Hmm.
if I go through it in the purchase. I say that's a worthy investment if I'm gonna port over my entire game collections to my brand new PC. I rather just have a Steam account. And if you're gonna have Steam on your device, your system, what's even further the point? Why would I give you my money when this is the direction that you're taking the brand that I no longer recognize or wanted this version of? Could you imagine an iPhone that stopped making phones and just wanted to make coffee?
Well, I guess again, continuing that same mindset of like, well, I'm not appealing to you, Jory, the long term Xbox gamer anymore. I'm appealing to your, I don't know, your niece, Tim's nephew, who are going to be one of the next generation of content streamers, and want a device that does it all from one button. They don't want to have to load their Xbox clip into their PC and cut it from there and add voiceover to upload it to Textagram. You know, like they want something that's like, here's a one stop shop, which is what I would assume the next Xbox is going to be, to be honest.
That's also a very good point, man, because we also have to realize, the transition of ages and generations. Like, yes, we are still people who are still active in our youth. Like, and sometimes that kind of like messes with your head. Like, well, where do I stand in this? But then we're also imprinting how we would see actual success in this spectrum.
Hmm.
But to be honest, they probably just ain't really thinking about you like that. It's like they're probably thinking, well, we're gonna use whatever, like I said, nostalgia bait for you to be the bridge. Being the bridge means your credit card.
Oh, yeah. We're just wallets now. We
But then
don't,
one,
there are,
yeah,
our wants and needs are not important. We're just a
yeah.
wallet.
Because remember, we had this discussion with certain movies that were stem for our childhood, but then later rebooted down the line, and some of them, yeah, it's not really for us. We were just the nostalgia connection. No, take them out and buy
Hmm.
with the extra large popcorn.
Yep. Thank you for introducing your kids to this genjutsu.
And
Appreciate
then
you.
by the time you don't came to review in your head, they already gonna got your box office money. So
Hmm.
it's like, what'd you say? I can't hear you. I'm going into an elevator.
I don't think it's making the return that they expected to make. Like you want, like that's not how games make money primarily.
But like I said, like we
So
saying, right, they're entering something new, and something new, by it's the unknown, it's unrecognizable. Because, like I said,
this is the
these
same.
are these are companies that are like literally like a lot of corporations are just embracing data, algorithms, and all these other things because they're saying the human element is just too costly, and then if you take out more humans, that's more money for me in some way.
I just think that even like it's to me, it's watching a live service. The attempts to have a live service fail. Like
Yeah.
that's just what that is. That's what we're witnessing. We have yet to see a stable live service game that that can everybody can be like, yo, I'm hopping on this. Even Fortnite isn't booming like it used to be. The numbers aren't there as much as they used to be.
Because the market got oversaturated,
Yeah.
and it's just after a while you don't gimmick yourself out.
Yeah, bro. I
And so
saw a Power Rangers formation 2 weeks ago. This week it was a Scooby Doo mystery gang. I'm like, yo, yeah, you're running out of IP at this point.
oh yeah, so
Like,
then after you cover everything, you got your player ready one, whatever, ready player one universe at all right, what's next?
no,
What's next, right?
I think Tim and I are both in agreement. I think it's just more so, and we can move the conversation forward because obviously there's more Xbox news that ties into PlayStation. You know, another Infinity Stone comes home to Daddy, but
Hey,
but I think just the overall thing is like what we're starting to see. To your point, Jory, is that we're seeing the, and I use wrong subjectively here, of like we're seeing the wrong eyes being put on their gaming market of like these all ideas you guys are having and pitching around and throwing around like sound good for Microsoft, but for Xbox these are horrible ideas. You know, and I don't think there's any other way to look at that. It's like as a company it makes sense. For this particular brand this is horrible. But tell me you're
Yeah,
gonna say. Mm.
like the parent company, like how we said multiple times, the parent company is now sometimes consuming the fruit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep,
like look
absolutely.
at WB, right? We think that I think Microsoft is going to be that new version. They're going to think, oh, we have this, we have that. There's no way we could fail. And then they fail. Another game comes out. You have all these indie developers giving great competition to something to standalone IPs.
Helldivers 2
Long,
should have been Halo 6, if we're being honest.
it should have been Halo. Destiny should have been Halo 20. It's just
Mm.
a lot of things to where creative wise the corps have ruined it themselves. Like the corporations should just let those that make the game make the game.
Yeah.
You have no you have then leave the industry. You don't understand it, right? You don't understand it, you leave.
Well, again, just for the devil's advocacy sake, it's like section of it, and I've said this before in previous pods. It's like I think the monkey's paw, right? The deal with the devil, so to speak, is like when you ask Satya for that money, he says yes, and 2 years later, wait, Call of Duty lost money after we bought it? Get out. It's my Call of Duty. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like I think that's the problem of like Phil. I think Phil is a very competent person. We've spoken about him to many various degrees, but I think when you're looking again at numbers and zeros and numbers
Yeah.
on the board, and you're like, I gave you a couple billion, and we're losing money.
They were better
Xbox Series
off
X is selling less now.
they were better off hiring studios that exist to create new IPs. They were better off
1000%.
doing that.
1000%.
They were better off doing that, and I think that's like what they did with Ninja Gaiden. They should have been doing that
From
from
day
the
one.
jump.
Yeah.
Hey, we're gonna ask for this amount of money every year until we build ourselves up at a level, and then we go on from there. But
yeah, let's move the conversation a little bit forward in terms of
I hope
just
my points were making sense. I hope
yeah.
my perspective was clear.
I think you were having the dialogue that Tim and I would be having. PlayStation was doing, Xbox was doing. It was like, what are you doing? You're looking at this.
I mean,
The wrong
PlayStation.
suits are in the boardroom for this.
There's a lot of things that PlayStation should be doing that they're not.
No.
And they need to do that as soon as possible.
Oh,
But it's another
absolutely.
topic.
But
Yeah.
I think and I've said this before to y'all. I think PlayStation has been saved by the fumblings of Xbox. I think we would have a bigger magnifying glass on PlayStation, what they've done this generation, had Xbox not been like, look at me. You know what I'm saying? It's like they trip, but Xbox did a cartwheel off a cliff, and you're just like, well, I mean, I gotta, I look at the bigger train wreck over here, yeah, we quote Thanos a lot, you know what I'm saying? For there wasn't enough time, and now I have all the time in the worlds. Welcome home, Halo.
Yeah, that's
You
crazy.
mean 80% of it because the multiplayer. There is
Oh, Tim, if you don't think a battle royale of Halo's coming after that game launches, you don't know modern gaming.
like I did kind of find that weird. Like, okay, so I was like, and when I heard it on Mighty Gear, I'm like, wait, what? Is just the campaign with I think they said like cut down. There's going to
There's
be a
co-op,
co-op.
online co-op, yeah.
I was like, okay. I was like, okay. That was a very interesting take. Yeah. I mean, but yeah, I mean, it's here. It's here. I mean, we got Forza, we got Gears, we got Halo. They even throw in what's that what's the sense
Oh, Hellblade 2, Sensible Saga.
yeah Hellblade.
Yeah.
Put that in there too.
Indiana Jones.
Indiana. It's just basically everything that they said that they were. Oh, and now it's exclusive. It's available. Like I said, it's just available everywhere.
Yeah.
As Mighty Keith said, like when he did the PlayStation skit, like I am Xbox, and it's like yeah.
But Till, let me ask you though, as someone who is like myself, like an avid PlayStation player, does Halo and Master Chief coming to PlayStation mean anything to you in 2025? That's the bigger question.
I think it's gonna be able to scratch that itch that people had, especially during our high school and college years.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's gonna scratch that itch. Like, wow, like I no longer have to go by my cousin's house who has an Xbox.
That's true, but I think to your
I'm able to experience this. Well, not fully, 80%.
yeah.
how I wanted it. And new graphics, sprinting,
Yeah.
yada yada yada.
Yeah.
It's just it's a placeholder, man. It's a placeholder. I think they definitely wanted to put that out there to test the waters for the next big major project. Now,
Hmm.
whether that's the Master Chief Collection
I don't
or
think so. Cause
I don't actually yeah, you know what? I don't think they'll do that
yeah.
because
It,
I
No, they
did
will.
hear that they said they are going to remake two and
They
three.
absolutely will bring you the Master Chief Collection.
but if
If
that's the
if
case, why remake one for a third
Yeah,
time?
that's what I'm
because
saying.
they,
Like,
why are you surprised? Because here's what they should have done. Here's what they should have done. That should have been a bonus added to the Master Chief Collection. That way, you don't have to worry about multiplayer. You're porting that whole entire system over, and as a result, to celebrate the 30th anniversary of XYZ, here's a bonus. Call it a day.
but
That's how I would have marketed it. That's how I would have pitched it. But again,
we
why
all
would we
know that
give you?
these game publishers go to lunch every Tuesday and Thursday, and Konami says, "Hey, we're gonna release Metal Gear Solid 3 for a third time, and we're charging full price over here." And you know that got Satya and them like, we could do a collection, or we could also sell this game for a third time at full price. Because I would be
Piece
surprised
by
if
piece.
piece by
Piece-
piece. Because I would be shocked if this new Halo sells at anything under $50. I would be shocked.
Yeah.
It should sell for like 20, 30 if we're being realistic, but anything under 50, my mind would be blown, honestly.
I mean, it looked good. It looks good. I mean, that was a very even the way how they shadow dropped the trailer, it was just like, oh, I just scrolled and I was like, wait, what?
Even when they shadow dropped the announcement, Buddy had on the PlayStation jacket, low key, at the event, at the Halo event.
I was like, okay. Well, that's interesting. So, I mean, that's something people are going to look forward to, man. It definitely did spark a conversation though amongst, PlayStation, ecosystem. Like, it is like it also showcased the longing of that, Sony fans, PlayStation fans do miss this, the PlayStation flagship shooters, which is Resistance and Killzone.
But Tim, now you have a PlayStation flagship shooter. It's called Halo.
Which
Halo,
beat those
Halo
games at the
and
time.
Halo
Which
and
beat those
Gears.
games at the time.
So it kind of just no, but it really does make me question, man, because I did have some very fond memories with those games, but now it just kind of makes me feel like, all right, my only fear is like, is this going to make PlayStation a little bit lazy in terms of are these things that you want to revisit somehow in some way? Are there going to be any spiritual successors, or is everything going to just be story based moving forward? Because one person did bring up like, bro, like PlayStation in terms of like that PS3, PS4 era of multiplayer gaming, they were really focused. But it just for some reason, like how like we just said with Microsoft, like or Xbox in general, like there was just a shift. Now things are more dedicated towards what I would say in terms of their first parties, the action adventures, cinematic storytelling type of mold. But then you were so good at other things.
Well, I think the thing to keep in mind too, though, Tim, is that remember during the PS3 era, PlayStation had to contend with the Xbox 360. That's the elephant in the room. Like we really didn't see the departure from a lot of the PlayStation being locked in until the PS4 generation when PS4 started lapping Xbox. Like literally the Captain America version of On Your Left. When
Yeah,
he's
because
running with Falcon.
PS3 didn't really start winning until near the end of its
Yeah,
life cycle.
exactly. Xbox 360, people kind of forget. It's like, you know, GameCube was kind of a failure. People have fond memories of it, but it didn't really sell that much. It was between
It didn't.
Xbox and PlayStation, and Xbox was doing its thing in the 360 area. It was not until Xbox One that it was like, yo, what are y'all? What the Connect? What are you guys doing? You know
Killed
what I'm
all the
saying?
momentum, man. And yeah, look at Microsoft's predictions. They haven't proven to be revolutionary. Nothing that they have done for the years that they've existed, where you were like, yo, Microsoft did this?
They were right
Oh
the
my
entire
goodness.
time.
Like, that's what I'm trying to point out. I said, this company does not have a track record of doing anything extraordinary. To the like okay, Copilot only to what after what ChatGPT made itself. You get
Well,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
I
Like
think I
there's not
think I think they lost some of their confidence to innovate because, like you said, they don't have the patience, right? Of like, we're all around the same age range, so I'm like, you guys remember when the iPod came out? The Microsoft Zune was 10 times better. You could play satellite radio off of that thing, but it didn't look like an
yeah.
iPod.
It didn't look like
And
a
where's the
little
Zune
too
now?
little.
You know what I'm saying? But had you just waited, I can play music, listen to satellite radio, and watch videos on this one device. I'll take three. You know, so we've been
Yeah,
seeing this history of just like you guys don't have the patience to see your quote unquote vision through. You know what I'm saying? And I
we
feel
don't.
like
That's
going back to
true.
what Tim was saying about PlayStation, it's like I do think we're brace yourself for a lazier PlayStation, bro. They're going to. My prediction is we're going to be seeing a PlayStation that relies more on Xbox, a third party, to give them their games.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's we've already seen that now because like even with the success of Battlefield, like I even see that as part of it too. Like, why do we need to do any work when we're already winning? In
Yeah.
a sense.
Worst advice ever. But okay, like that didn't work for a lot of companies, and you still think you can adopt that model, that mantra? That
But
confused.
it has kind of worked for them because I think they're looking at the success of how they took over the fighting games. As you know, in terms of like they became the official system for Evo.
The
They
go
own
to.
Evo
Yeah. Hmm.
That's true.
tournaments now. Like their online ecosystem is thriving. It's like they figured out that formula or what they needed to do during the PS4 cycle. They even tried a little, subscription base, and they was like, oh y'all actually like that do like us.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like, and they've just been soaring ever since. So yeah, like I do feel like they are going to rely on more third party support, and then you'll get an exclusive, maybe like 2 to 3 exclusives per season.
If even.
Like exclusives now are literally going to become like season pass characters. Like,
Hmm.
oh yeah, you'll get Ghosts of Hoenn
Right.
in winter. You'll
Right.
get this and that during the summer, and yeah.
I guess. Is there anything last thing you want to say about Halo coming to PlayStation before we move into PlayStation proper?
I don't know, I mean, it's it's interesting, man. Like I'll tell you that, like when I logged on my system and I saw Forza
Wish list now.
on the wish list now, I was like, yo. So like, and to be honest, that's what I saw on people posted. Like when people went on their like the screen on the store, they took that picture of that wish list image, and it's like, wow, it's actually happening.
Mm,
So I kind of feel like a lot of people tapped into that kid that they were. It's like, wow, like, because I remember when that console war was really getting heated.
absolutely.
So it's like, wow, like it's like it kind of feels like war veterans like coming home. It's like, wow, it's really over,
Mm.
really
Yeah,
over.
it is. That's crazy, man.
Like, yeah, even though it's technically not because Mario's still out there, but then
Mario
Mario's
is still out there. No, no,
you
no,
know,
no. Mario's still out there. We're gonna talk about Nintendo in a little bit. They still out there.
yeah, but then it's to the point where like they're not really sweating Nintendo because most people will still buy a Switch anyway
Yeah.
because they
Oh,
know like
you don't say.
Nintendo, because they know Nintendo is like heavily niche. But then when it comes to like a core general console, it would have been either those two.
Yeah. I agree. I think the last thing I'll say about Halo before we move on is I think to your point, Tim, about like the whole high school feeling, college feeling, going to your cousin's house. I think we're losing some of that by not having multiplayer in this game. Like for me, I'm like that's how I associate. Literally the same thing you said is what I thought about Halo. Like going to my friend's house who had the Xbox, getting online with my roommates in college, playing Halo 3, you know what I'm saying? They're playing with other people on Xbox Live and I'm trying to figure out the control scheme. Like that not having that is gonna be rough.
It's kind of like going into the computer lab at high school and playing
Yeah.
Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition, but you can't play with your friend.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, I don't know how that's gonna work for this initial entry of like how do you can't not like Halo and multiplayer are almost like like
I mean,
hand to
like I
hand.
said, two. They said it was going to be like at least like 2 to 4 players co-op.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, they covered, I would say, half of these, half,
Hmm.
because at least I know the co-op experience is going to be great,
Yeah, it's
especially
crossplay co-op too, which is good.
especially especially because I know a lot of people probably did watch the show, even though whether they hate it or like it. It's like, okay, 4 Spartans, get the game. Oh, now we
Yep.
got a squad.
Yep. We made extra room in the warthog. Everybody get in.
Yeah. And turn the difficulty setting up just by a little 2 notches and have a good
Hmm.
time. It's going to sell. It is. It is. Like when I say people that wish list,
Well, I definitely want to keep an eye on it for sure because I think we kind of made a similar prediction to Gears of War, and that actually underperformed. Considering like Forza did really good numbers. Indiana Jones surprisingly did really good numbers, but apparently Gears of War Reloaded did not sell anywhere near what they were expecting.
I also feel like Gears of War has entered a very stagnant state. Maybe. I think that franchise alone had entered a stagnant state.
But more so than Halo, you think?
Half and half,
I'm like Halo been on ice for a little while now too.
half and half. But it's still a very beloved sci-fi shooter.
Mm, fair, fair.
Gears really, especially after after Gears, like so many people tried to incorporate like gore into shooters.
Hmm.
Where it kind of just felt like I do feel like Gears was struggling after a certain point. Like I think after like Gears of War 3, it was like a very
Yeah,
hazy.
it was Gears of War 3 was the probably one of the best as far as the end of a
Mm.
franchise. And then when they came back with 4 under the leadership of Rod Ferguson, it was missing the Cliff Basinski spice. So,
Yeah, because he moved on to other
yeah,
projects.
he moved
Mm.
on to other projects. So it was missing some of that spice. Gears of War 5 is where I think people kind of like was like like the open world was a great addition.
Mm.
The the sandbox roaming from place to place was a great addition, but the story was all over the place. It didn't end well. The ending was terrible, and you did a lot of things. I don't know why they're adopting the Halo method of killing ending certain key moments that should have been in the game in a book or off screen.
Well, you know why. It's not a good idea, but you know why.
Yeah, but it's
It's what
not
Tim
a
says
good
all the
idea.
time, the umbrella method of like we want you to buy all of it. like
It just doesn't work, man. Like truthfully, so
No, I
when
agree with you. We joke all the time about like you put Sephiroth's backstory on a mobile game. Like, what do you think? Like it's things like that of like I understand the thought process, but I'm like, I'm never playing this game. So
that couldn't have been DLC.
yeah,
Y'all don't want to make money.
like, right.
You mean Sephiroth, your
Right,
most
right.
iconic villain and video game
History.
existence?
Yeah.
You want to put it on a mobile game?
That'll get it done.
Do you think
No, it
you
won't.
think everybody has an iPhone 14 to play it on?
Right.
Some people are still on their iPhone 10. You think
Right.
it's gonna run that?
Right.
No,
You
it's
think they
not.
see 3.5 download gigs and like, oh, that should be fine. Click.
64?
Right.
Wait, your max capacity is 64 gigs?
And 8 of
64
that is
gigs
just
in
for just for
2025.
processing speed. Oh yeah, rap. Put a rap on that one. Yeah,
That's one installment of a video game on my Xbox and a PlayStation. That's one
yeah,
installment. I don't I
yeah,
don't I don't understand.
yeah. But that I think that's why. But I guess to transition back into PlayStation proper, Tim, you had brought up an interesting point in the group chat. I guess to kind of piggyback more off of what you were saying about Resistance and Killzone, of like PlayStation's desire to have their users interact more, and kind of posing the question of like, yo, where is PlayStation Home? like which I completely forgot about. So you mentioned like, oh, they did have that, didn't they?
Yeah, man. Like it took us a while to pick up some speed, but that was actually a very interesting way of interaction, man. Because you literally like how like them fighting game like lobbies,
Hmm.
you literally created a world,
Yeah, your own
and
avatar. Mm.
like with your own avatar, you could buy your own house. You could like, bro. I remember I bought this like LA looking cliffside house, and I just had furniture everywhere. Excuse me.
Grand
And
Theft Auto Online will remember that.
yeah, and it was just like, it had microtransactions. You had to buy clothes, you had to buy this, you had to buy that, and people were spending, bro.
Hmm.
People were spending, and then I remember they were even using it to link up with like certain games. Like, all right, if you go to this hub world, you can connect to the database of this game here, and you could actually play it. And it's like, they were trying to build more of the connectivity between players around the world. And I'm just wondering, it's like, bro, well, what happened to that? Like, why this is not something that you didn't build on? Like, there were just certain things, the transition from the PS3 to the PS4 that it just like, I get it. They finally figured out the formula of how they wanted to do online, but I kind of felt that still would have been a great component because there are people who are like that. Like, they just want that hub world of interaction to do crazy dances together side
Bro,
by side. And
Sims is a multi-million-dollar franchise
Doesn't do
for a
much either.
reason. Yeah. To your point of like Sims exists for a reason. There's a reason why Sims has been successful since we were kids. For the exact thing, like people just want they want their online app. They want Ready Player One in any form or fashion, essentially. But go ahead.
but I mean, hopefully, as people are having these conversations online. Hopefully, they see these things and then maybe want to consider, bringing in a revival. Like even sometimes of their, I would love to see like PlayStation get back into some multiplayer shooters, man. Like I remember some person brought up like Warhawk and Starhawk. Like yeah, man, like these were games that like you could tell like all right, this is belongs to PlayStation, and they actually had a good following. But it's like, bro, it's like you just kind of shifted over to just story, action, adventure, and you just kind of left these things in the dust.
Hmm.
And my thing about it is, you also bought studios when everybody was like, collecting like their stones. It's like, but you also bought studios that have expertise in multiplayer games. And I get it, the live service stuff was something that you were really considering. But okay, live service most of the time is like a lot of and I say gimmicky stuff like this. You know, avatars, clothing, color
Hmm.
packs, things of that nature, like cosmetic stuff. But then my thing about it is like, okay, I feel like you could have still done those things if the universe building and the multiplayer activity aspects of it was there.
Imagine if PlayStation Home combined with a modern version of the game Dreams. That would have been out of here.
Even that, bro, Media Molecule has been
What
Out of
happened to
here, bro.
Dreams?
silent.
PlayStation didn't support it anymore. PlayStation
Got you.
does not want Media Molecule to create the way that they claim they do because the
Got
things that they were doing with Little Big Planet, the things that they did with Dreams, it's like, why would you not support this? This is genius. Like,
Yeah, no, but you got people who don't play games making games, like or ordering the or of making games.
well, they're just kind of like, well, where's my cinematic universe? How can I make Dreams
Yeah,
into a movie in 5 years?
like it goes back to hey, nobody's gonna connect with this guy because he has all this armor on. Who can relate to him? Let's strip him down to a t-shirt and jeans. He's too purple. That's Thanos. That's a Thanos that everybody can sympathize with. I'm like, no, kid. We watch Transformers and sympathize with Autobots,
With machines.
with machines. You telling me we can't? Yo, tell a good story. You. Oh my gosh. But hey, whatever happened to that game for PlayStation 3? All I knew is the main character was a black dude, and he had like powers.
Black dude with powers in the PS3
Yeah,
generation.
It was the
yeah,
PlayStation 3
I'm
or the
like,
yeah.
four.
the only thing that
It's,
comes
It
to
was a
mind is
third person
Prototype 2.
shooter. No, it was a third person shooter. It was kind of like Red Faction, but not quite.
Like, kind of like Red Faction.
Yeah.
Starhawk.
Huh?
Starhawk. Like, did he have like blue, green?
Yeah, he had like
Yeah,
powers.
yeah, Starhawk. That's
That's
Starhawk.
Starhawk.
Starhawk?
Okay, yeah,
Hmm.
that game was
Yeah,
fire.
that was supposed to be like a successor to Warhawk. In a way.
Oh, okay. And then you
Mm.
had SOCOM, which was fire.
You
I don't
had
know
SOCOM.
why. they stopped making that. That game was A1. Those
Well,
commercials?
well, Qualcomm had a run-in with the PlayStation Move, and after that, it
Dang.
Oh,
was downhill.
Ooh.
they were
Yeah,
offered as tribute.
yeah, yeah.
But
Like a lot
you
of
had
people said, this is not SOCOM. Like what you did was just cheap way just to sell the PlayStation Move, and
Right.
that's what it was.
What if we took SOCOM and turned it into Time Crisis? But sir, no. What if?
and that's another who makes that prices?
That's a good question. I don't know, but probably the same people who innovated all the amazing underrated gems of our childhood. Of like, yo, Dynamite Cop was ahead of his time. You know what I'm saying? Like, his games like that, you're just like, they just needed one more chance. That's all it is. They didn't have the
Oh,
budget.
the studio was called Zipper Interactive.
Were they had they changed? Were they like absorbed by anybody, or they just kind of like defunct now?
I think something did happen to them. Let me look it up. I mean, but yeah, we could keep the conversation
Okay.
going.
Okay. Yeah, I just thought the whole thing about the PlayStation Home thing was super, super interesting because I think we're now headed
Oh
and
yeah, they ceased operations in 2012.
yikes. Guess Time Crisis 5 wasn't getting it done. Um what was I gonna say? I think we're at a place now where I mean, granted, we know the gaming community is angry enough, so I'm not too worried about that. But I do feel like we're kind of at a space now where PlayStation, to your point, Jory, about Xbox, I think PlayStation's been on that path for a long time of like, we're streamlining everything. It's just a pristine box. We're not really worried about creation. We're not really worried about the creativity. We don't care. And especially because we're still selling units, we really don't care. And that's the thing where I'm a little nervous of like, every PlayStation console we get a little bit less and less features at higher and higher prices. I don't know what's going on. I still have a better time surfing the internet on my PS4, which is odd.
When the goal is to make as much money as possible is the goal, of course.
Um, Surfing the internet, I did feel a way about it at first, but then over time, it kind of just fizzled out because I kind of felt like at that age, like all right, at that age, or I mean, like later down the line, it's like all right, well, bro, we have internet access on like five other devices in our house. It just kind of just it didn't really feel like you would be pulled to that end because especially after the PS4 and the PS5, like all right, you could tell like it just became more of just an entertainment hub. Like when you like look how they split from like gaming to like television. You know, your apps like your Hulu, your Disney Plus, your HBO Max, your Spotify. It just became like a piece of hardware for your apps versus just oh yeah the
But you
internet.
don't. But do you feel like in the era of like we know that most of these companies are now shifted to like retention methods, right? Of like, wouldn't it have made more sense to then keep the internet? Because like, if my whole thing is I want to keep it on the PlayStation for as long as possible, I should want to make it like a one stop shop. Like you look at the PS2. Part of the reason why the PS2 sold so well is because it was literally one of the cheapest DVD players on the market. I know people who never actually played a game on their PS2. They use it for DVDs.
I mean, well, but that's still entertainment. That still falls under entertainment. Like surfing the web. Like it's like it is tricky. It is tricky, but I still do kind of see like that desire just wasn't really there, and maybe that's just for me
Hmm.
because like there's been many times, yeah, like I'm on my PlayStation, but then this is literally right next to me, and you're just on your Safari, and you just type in something quick, safe and sound, and then you just go about your business. Um, yeah, or like, oh yeah, actually true. That is very true, man. Because even with this, the YouTube app, like let's just say you walk in, you using a video guide as you're playing the game. You didn't want to keep exiting your game to go back to your thing. This is right here on a little stand. You watching it.
I guess that's true. I think to me I'm like it's just interesting because I'm like I feel like in a lot of ways PlayStation has almost like try to find a way to keep it in without putting it back in. Like, you know how like PlayStation now has like, it has like the little tips videos where it's like, oh, if you're stuck on this part, just click on this to watch it in your PS5 of how to, you know, beat this part of Ghost of Yotei. It's like, if you're doing all this, why don't you just keep, you know what I'm saying? Like this, you're doing it
But
anyway.
that's more of like the Twitch connection.
Mm,
Remember they're also like they said they want to like dominate certain markets. So like in terms of like streaming, so that's more of a Twitch, YouTube gaming type of addition. Like yes, they took certain things away, but I do see what things they did incorporate moving forward.
hmm
Because like I said, like yeah, those components do make sense because like I said, streaming has become people's part of livelihood. But just type in www dot, it kind of did fizzle out, especially since you got this right next to you. It kind of did.
Okay.
It kind of.
I mean, that's a fair argument. I just,
Now
you know,
there are some things in the PlayStation Store I do feel like they should bring back. Like they should definitely bring back avatars. Um, they kind of fixed the whole themes thing
did
in a
they?
way. Somewhat. It is lazy, yes. They kind of fixed it with like, all right, so every game that you plug in has like I would say built-in theme with it.
Background music and all,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's a half and half.
Nah, Tim. I remember the good old days of my PS3. I used to be playing Kanye West graduation album while I'm going through Infamous 2, and on my theme I got a wallpaper of whatever I wanted and life was good.
I mean, it's a half and half. I mean, well, they did bring back themes a bit, like most of them, but most of them are just like light graphic
Yeah.
themes. I mean, it's like I said, it's a half and half. It's never just never, but it's not all right what you remember.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, I will say that the themes they have do look good. It's just like, fam, like what are we're supposed to be innovating on this. You know what I'm saying? Like you're giving me like a half and half. But to move on to the other big publisher, big stepper this week, the ones who, when this news came up, I'm like, you know what? You guys win. You won. Clearly, my opinion is not wanted in this particular community, and therefore I'll remove my vote.
What do you mean? What happened?
When Nintendo reports that Pokemon Legends Z-A sold 5 million copies in its first week, and reportedly half of those were on the Switch 2, and in fact, it sold so well that it caused the Switch 2 numbers to jump, I was like, you know what? Enjoy. I don't you won't hear any more think pieces from me. But what do you guys think about, despite the negative press, it just still moving units?
I had a coworker.
it's I would definitely say this. It's a half and half. Like it's one of those duality segments. Like they're still winning, yes, because people are still going to buy it, but I do feel like it is going to slow down because apparently the reviews are actually doing some work. Apparently, I believe they said there was a price cut on Legend Z-A recently. Because remember, one of the biggest things. I mean, I'll look it back up to see if that was true or not.
Mm.
But I did see that in a couple of headlines. But people saying like, yeah, bro, this is not a $70 game.
Oh, I mean, that much is obvious.
This is not a $70 game. Like some people said, bro, I got more out of Heart Gold than Soul Silver, and that was like 40 something than this. It's just like, but like people have recognized, like, and I'm glad that a lot of YouTubers got very aggressive. There's like, no, bro, like how we said last time, this is $1 billion IP. But then why does this look like an indie game by a PS3 developer?
Yeah.
Like, like this is Pokemon, and it's like the story was when you really like a lot of people like they analyze it, and I was like, bro, thank you, somebody who was speaking the truth. Like, bro, the story was very lazy. Yeah, it had some points where it drew you in, but the bulk of the story is very lazy. The bulk of the story is very lazy, man. It's like people are saying, like, the Switch era of Pokemon has literally been like outside of like the new Pokemon Snap, I
By
believe,
far the worst generation of
like
games.
like Pokemon Snap was actually the best thing that y'all have made
Hmm.
on the Switch. Everything else was just like Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee was probably the worst Kanto remakes ever. oh, let's go back to Kanto, but let's give you, with all new protagonists, but the same story, but Pokemon Go mechanics.
Nope.
I was like, no,
Nope. Nope. Nope.
no,
Nope. Nope.
no. I was like, bro, Fire Red, Leaf Green will remain supreme in my heart. But, and then you released that tech demo, Sword and Shield. Like
Which
people,
also sold like
but then people
like
thought,
water bottles
people
at
really
a
thought,
sports game.
people really thought Sword and Shield was going to be like this. Um, like they literally thought that this was going to be like this Breath of the Wild type of experience, and it just fumbled.
I mean, Jory, what you saying about your coworker? Like, because I have nothing. I've been rendered
Yeah,
speechless
so
by the numbers I
I
see.
was, I was, I was, I
Like,
was,
we
I,
can hear
I
you, bro.
brought it up. I brought it up. Sorry, I brought it up. So yeah, man, like I can't believe people are buying AZ. Man, I actually like the game. Oh, you do? Yeah, man, it's a spinoff.
I knew
I
it.
don't care.
I knew it.
I'm not crabby like everybody else. Oh, you're not crabby like everybody else? So you don't know your worth. That's what you're telling me. It's fine. It's fine. Uh okay. I'm not gonna argue with you. I say, hey man, let it be that.
Mm-hmm.
So
Jory, you don't
yeah.
understand. She has a really good personality, bro. Oh.
I said, well, everybody else understands her personality too, man. And that's what I'm trying to save you from. That's what I'm trying to save
The
you from,
block
brother.
knows her personality, actually.
Yeah, well, they know. So we're just trying to make sure that you're aware of what's going to happen in the future.
Yeah.
Like I don't want you to. Oh my God, Jory, you won't believe what happened. Tell me more. You know what I'm saying? Like, fam, we told you the deal. You ain't listen.
Yeah.
We told you the deal. But yeah, so that's when I knew, and then the icing on the cake was your report. Like right after that happened, and I was just like, yeah, you know what? Who cares?
Yeah.
You don't care. I don't care.
Yeah.
Do what you got to do. Do what you want to do. But I'm gonna be on this side playing that Digimon.
Right.
I'm gonna be on
I'm
this
still gonna
side.
be engaging in games that care about what I want to consume.
Yeah,
I'm good.
I saw a clip of a Digimon that I didn't know could fuse with, and I said, "Yo, I did not know this Digimon exists. I thought Omnimon was pinnacle in designs. No,
Yeah.
there's more.
Yeah.
There is more." And so,
But then, to
uh,
be honest, that's why I also feel the silver lining is people like. I mean, I get it. The loyalists are gonna like kiss the ring because, like, they're gonna kiss the ring because it's their whole. Excuse me. There are certain people. Their whole channel is Pokemon.
yeah, they got to.
So it's
They
like
got
they
to.
have to kiss the ring no matter what. There's just certain YouTubers I was like, all right, bro, you're not just gonna whatever.
I ain't gonna
Right.
eat. Tim, I
Right.
ain't gonna eat if I don't.
It's
Rinse
like
dude, Tim.
I get it.
Right. It's due.
Rinse
You
dude, Tim.
need your corned beef and rice to
Yeah.
get you
Rinse dude, Tim.
know,
I can only eat cornbread for so many times,
Right.
man.
Right.
so like I mean, but then there's some other ones. I'm just glad that people are saying like, no, man, this franchise is just not what it is. Like, and when they were comparing the Digimon and quality, it's just they're speaking on the quality. It's like, no, bro, this Digimon game is a love letter. Thank you for riding down with us through the
Mm-hmm.
years.
We
We've
didn't
known
even ask for it.
we've had some up and downs, and we understand that, but we are trying to move forward.
When I did my little reaction video to Digimon's All Star Rumble, I was watching it through gritted teeth. I'm like, yo, these games used to be horrific. Like,
Yeah, that's why nobody played them.
I know.
Why nobody played them?
Like, I did
Like,
it just for the strength of the culture, but I'm like, oh,
they were using Sonic Adventure Battle 2 skeletons, dog, to do some of these combos.
yeah.
This was not gonna go anywhere, man.
Hitboxes all over the place. I'm like, all right.
You found out Agumon got a 30-inch reach.
Yeah.
Like,
How?
wow. the
But
pepper breath is as effective as a Kamehameha
yeah.
beam. Oh man, come on.
Yeah. But yeah, I
I
mean,
mean, you already know Legends Z-A. Like, it's gonna have its loyalists because, like I said, there are certain people. Like the moment that they did that DLC announcement, bro, it's FOMO. And then now the leaks for the DLC are coming out too. So there's like people are just itching for February. But then after February, the hype goes down, and then apparently Gen 10 is supposed to be next. But like the fatigue for Pokemon is here, man. Like you see it everywhere. The anime is just not like people. I mean, and I'm glad that there's other YouTubers out there that have been saying the same thing. There's like, bro, I don't care about these kids. I want y'all to make an anime adaptation of the manga. They want the manga characters. They
it'll never
want the
happen.
real. They want the real red, blue, green, yellow, gold, silver, crystal, ruby, sapphire, emerald, diamond, pearl, platinum, black, white, black, white. Too. They want them kids.
It'll never happen.
But it's like, but then even the manga is going through like. I think the manga just might end at this point because, the author, they said he was sick, and then we just haven't had any updates for months. And then so the Scarlet and Violet manga is unfinished.
They gotta
So
definitely do something about that culture, bro.
There's nothing that can be done. It's like to me, I'm like when you see stuff like that, when you see numbers like that, you're just like, enjoy, yo. Like to me, like, and I say this respectfully because obviously there's movies in this entry that I enjoy, but I'm like, it's kind of what the Fast and Furious series has become, and what Jurassic Park has become. Of like, I don't understand how you could sit in any of these recent installments of this franchise and be like, this was a really good movie. My brain cannot process what you consider to be enjoyment.
And
But you,
Jurassic Park
it
made bread.
should it
it made
should
a lot, half a billy.
it should have ended with Fast Five, bro. I keep telling people, you really watch that series, like all right, Tokyo Drift. It's a half a bad,
I
but
It's
like
not
it.
even that bad.
It's
no,
not
no,
that
no,
bad.
no. I'm not saying it's bad, but like I literally did a sit down on Netflix. I watched one, two, four, and five, and honestly, that felt like a complete story. Like I was like, wow, like this actually flows together. Like the first movie, the introduction of the characters, the lifestyle. The second one, one of the main protagonists, he's now finally the it guy of the crowd. But then, he's sent out on a mission with a childhood friend. But then, closely but surely, he gets pushed back into the life of law enforcement, and now he meets with the person that changed his whole life again. And now they're living the consequences of what happened back then. And then, of course, you know, Fast Five. That's where you bring the entire universe of all the characters that they've ever met together for one big job, and it felt so cohesive.
Hmm.
It felt like, yeah, they literally won. Like, but I get it. They were still technically criminals until like I think it was like Fast Six.
I think 6 or 7, and even then, criminal like them not being criminals was kind of like it's like an in between of like you're not clear, but we're not hunting you anymore. It's like
Yeah,
then what is
yeah.
happening?
It wasn't until they brought in that Shaw guy, like, oh yeah, so you all your criminal records have been
Right,
expunged.
right, right, right.
But then it's like I was like, bro, y'all did all that just to go back to America.
But that's
I mean,
but
Jason
that's
Statham was in a movie. Once I saw Jason Statham, I said, "Okay."
when he takes down the hospital in the opening credits. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's like but to
He's
be
like, "You're
honest,
gonna
one of
get
the best
fucked."
villains they ever had was in Hobbs and Shaw. Honestly,
I actually
the,
enjoyed
the
Hobbs and
concept,
Shaw
the concept
up
of
until
what
the third
Brixton,
act.
yeah, the concept of what Brixton was. I was like, you know what, this is actually kind
Man,
of
I
When
ain't
they
gonna
cool.
lie, kid.
introduced the superpower Samoans is when I kind of checked out of the movie. But everything else was at that point I was rocking with.
For the culture.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
right.
That I'm like, yo, y'all took out well trained super soldiers with
Bruh,
spears
bro,
and bamboo
Actually,
sticks.
hey, it happened
bro.
with the Ewoks.
We hated it then too.
No, 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 bro. I
Yes, we
love the
did.
Ewoks.
Yes, we did.
I
Tim,
love the
one
Ewoks.
of the most hated things of that movie was the Empire losing to some furries in the forest. The
Nah,
most hated.
I like that, bro. That was. I've always liked the Ewoks, bro. Like that. That was a
You
very
could like them, but if we talk
the
it,
moment they sung that horn, dun dun dun
like,
dun.
you know what I'm saying? Like at a certain point, it's just like
That was hype for me.
it's like you watching a Predator
Karibo.
movie.
I'm losing the Karibo.
Right,
It
right.
happens, but it
And I
happens.
got the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon and Obelisk.
But then to be honest, to go back to the subject, man, yeah, like it's like these sometimes these properties they become so international to the point where like they lose their spirit. Like they just lose everything that their essence of what it's about. Like literally, like the best Pokemon game on the Switch was Pokemon National Geographic. Like like when you saw how like when you go to the environments, how the Pokemon react in the environment, how they're just sitting down. Some of them pop up out the ground. Some of them, they're eating fruit. I remember one time I saw a Pidgeot grab a Magikarp out the water because he's about to be food. I was like,
Hmm.
oh, wow. If you can't give me this in the next open world installment, then what are you doing?
I mean, they can. They just won't.
They won't do it.
That's
It's like, and it's just like, wow, bro. Like, yeah, I mean, it's coming to like the fatigue is there, man. The fatigue is there. I mean, that's what happens when things. I guess things have been prolonged on for so long because there's like as a company, like especially since the toys, the markets, all that makes so much money, and then especially as of now, we're entering the realm of where like they're building these giant theme parks after these things.
hmm.
When does this thing stop? When?
Oh, I don't.
Like
I don't know.
like I said this enough, bro. Like Star Wars, bro. I am Clone Wars traumatized out. Like you don't stretch these stories out to the point where y'all starting
Once,
to forget stuff.
listen, yeah, you and me and the rest of the million people feel the same exact way. I think Pokemon needs to, of course, go back to formula,
I mean,
but
of course, but
you
we
know,
I think
we
I think they also need to. I would say the mainline series should come to a close. I think it should like take a pinnacle point, come to a close, because first of all, you're starting to become all gimmicked out. And then, like I said, like, you're setting up things that it could actually be something profitable. Like I think Pokemon Champions, however that final product would look, I think, moving forward for traditional battles, that could be the place to go. And then maybe, yeah, you could use this time to really explore more in-depth spin-offs. Like I tell people, very people still love Coliseum and Gale of Darkness is because like you literally gave us Pokemon Stadium with a story or like you said, Pokemon Tournament. Like, bro, the way these Pokemon move in this game, like,
and then one of the did you? I know y'all seen the clip from Pokemon Stories, not Pokemon Stories, but the Pokemon Generations, where the Sceptile did the Ionusa drop, and
it's in the game. It's
it's
in
in the
Pokemon Tournament. It's in the game.
eradicated homie in one sprint.
it could all be so easy. It could be so simple.
Yeah, it can be easy, bro.
and
Like,
then I still can't get over how Kyogre killed that man. Dog. I was like, because to me, I wasn't aware of the destructive power of Kyogre. Even though I'm playing Sapphire, I'm thinking, in
no,
Sapphire, it
no,
doesn't.
no, no, Jory. And since you are a manga person, read the Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald manga. You get those versions of Kyogre and Groudon in that. Like, I
Fam,
was like, bro, this game is a lie, bro. Like, what happened in that manga? I was like, yo,
These
yo,
are natural
listen,
calamities.
listen. Like, this man from Team Aqua, yeah, we're gonna summon Kyogre, yeah, yeah.
and here comes
And,
this giant Leviathan.
and then I'm like, I say, yo, homie, you see what's happening? I said, yo, am I watching Pokemon? Like, you about to get killed by the villain of Astro Boy.
Yeah.
Neptune showing up, and then that man died. I was like, yo, I could not. But to this day, I'll be like that. That was one of those episodes where you watch something and not like, yo, this episode was so crazy.
Even when
It was good.
even when Rayquaza fought Deoxys in space, bro, it's like, bro, like
Now,
how do
I
you
didn't know.
how do you regress from that? Like, how do you give us this quality? Like, I mean, I get it. They were shorts.
I was gonna say, Tim,
It's
I could
like,
give you a billion reasons why. A couple billion actually.
but
Why
it's
we
like,
regress from here.
yeah, yeah. It's just like, bro, like no, like you
You
can't just dip in and out like that. But then apparently you
like
can
I was like,
because
but I can.
but it goes back to the people, man. You know, they won't listen until you respond with your dollars. But then, like I said, you have the loyalists who like, this is my whole channel, this is my whole life.
The fact that the headline could be, "This is the lowest selling Pokemon game in however long period of time."
Yes, and it still
It
actually is.
is,
It's actually selling less than Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee.
but the number is still so astronomical that you're just like, this is
yeah, like we sold the least amount of $1 billion.
exactly. We sold more. We put up numbers that the Tekken community cried over when Harada pointed Tekken 8 has sold the most. Street Fighter 6 has sold. It's like, we did that in 48 hours with a Metacritic score of 72 and a budget of 150,000. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, to me, I'm like, that's why I was like, I see something, I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna stop talking about Nintendo in general, but when it comes to Pokemon, you got it. You got it. You got it. You don't want it. I won't try to force you. Like, this is not gonna be a Bird Box where I hold you to the window and open your eyes.
It's done. Kaput.
You don't want to see it, and that is okay. That is okay with me. I am at peace moving forward. Enjoy this half-hearted, lazy foolishness. But yeah, that was the only really Nintendo news I had for this week. I just like I saw that headline. I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. I had some hope once I saw some of the bigger Nintendo YouTubers like having thought pieces similar to ours. I'm like, okay, we did it. It's working. It's like, then the numbers came in. I'm like, oh, nope, never mind. Oh, they sold more Switch 2 because of Pokemon. Yeah, it's over.
Technically, it's a Switch 1 game.
Yeah.
With a Switch 2
Which
upside.
makes it even worse. But to move the topic along, Tim, you provided some anime news in the chat that I thought was interesting and honestly has been overdue, as in my humble opinion. Once the Egghead arc wraps up in One Piece, which will be happening, I'd say in a couple of episodes, given what's left to unveil, One Piece will be moving to a seasonal anime release schedule. So no more weekly episodes where they cover 3/4 of one chapter in 30 minutes. Now you get a 24 to 26 episode season every, let's just say, 9 months or so. So what do you guys think about that announcement? Does it make sense to you guys? Is it something that is like been long overdue?
As long as One Piece doesn't end by the time I reach 50, I'm 36 now, by the way. I'll be fine. I mean, honestly, man, like, the weekly episodes, sometimes adult life, I even forgot. There was one day I logged on. I was like, let me catch up. Oh, 8 episodes. I was like, oh, I'm about to have a good time tonight. But then, to be continued, to be continued, to be continued, and it's like, oh, I finished everything. What time is it? Oh, Tim, it's 9 o'clock outside. I was like, oh, okay.
And you got about 3 chapters worth of dialogue in 8 episodes because everything is drawn out for at least 10 minutes.
Yeah, bro. Like, I mean, whatever helps with the burnout, man. Because I'm being real, man. It's hitting people heavy, man. In terms of like manga edits, adaptations, animes. I
We're too overstimulated. We're way
Yeah,
too overstimulated.
yeah. I just hope it helps with the burnout, man, because you got to realize these are people. These are people who are delivering the best quality product possible. So, I mean, we have some good, we have, but the reels,
Oh yeah.
the
A1.
real.
A1 episodes. A1 moments. A1, you know what I'm saying? Like undeniable things. We even gave a PSS approved to Kizaru's fighting Luffy. Like it's like there's been moments of like, yo, this is TV. We're watching this on TV.
Yeah, and then of course, the artwork. Like sometimes we're like that episode we just finished. You just log on Twitter and it's like, bro, how did you just make a whole artistic render of the fight that we just saw?
Mm-hmm.
How?
I mean, welcome back to my channel, Tim. What you mean?
I mean, like I said, man. I mean, I'm happy. I mean, at least this also gives the manga more time to like do more what it needs to do. Because I did realize sometimes, but hey, y'all getting a little close.
They're extremely close. Like, not to spoil where the current arc is in, but I'm like, if you think about it, Oda is only dropping about 3 chapters a month because he's like sick. So I'm like, if you're doing 3 chapters a month, maybe sometimes 4, and the episodes are coming out every single week, you're gonna be like, it's gonna like you're gonna get to the episode before Oda has finished his drafts at a certain point if you don't stop. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm like, hey, you gotta need to like slow down a little bit.
yeah. But Jory, what about you? What are your thoughts on One Piece going seasonal?
Yeah, I'm not team like draw till you die.
Mm,
I'm not team draw till you die. That's why for me personally, I didn't enjoy any of my stories. And I'm okay. Like I rather have um I rather the artist or the team give themselves times to make the best quality, man.
mm-hmm.
Like that's the joy we had. Like we had it worse when we was watching Dragon Ball Z and all those other dubs. Like we wait, and then when
Episodes
you
of
guys
powering up
waited
and
long
talking,
enough.
right?
Yeah, you guys waited long enough. Get ready for some new episodes of Dragon Ball Z. We screaming like Morpheus
Yeah.
when, when you're about to take on the agent.
Mm,
But like I think it's great. We a lot of us are aware of the workaholics that the Japanese culture produces. And I'm not a fan of it because of what happens to my favorite artists.
yeah.
It's not a good method. So I think the team needs to take as much time as they want, take as much time as they need. I'll say take as much time as
Mm-hmm.
you need, to enjoy the work that you're doing and to produce the best product that you guys can while you enjoying bringing us this animation to life. So yeah, I think it's a great strategy. I was concerned. I'm like, yo, I think it worked because One Piece styles is so simple,
Yeah.
so it's a lot easier to draw.
Yeah.
So it's not as taxing as some might believe. I Although there are some episodes that are taxing.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
you know, but I think it's perfect, man. I'll say that's a great strategy. I wouldn't want it any other way. I'm still waiting for new seasons of Delicious Dungeon.
Mm.
One of my favorite animes right now of yeah, it's just one of my favorite animes right now. Something very different, something lighthearted, something refreshing. I don't need the super dark stuff all the time.
Mm.
I got my Berserk for that. But yeah, I think
Or you pick a One Piece backstory at this point.
yeah, yeah. Like I'll never get over what's his name, man, the baby guy.
Yeah.
That was too much, man. I stopped
Yeah.
watching One Piece because of that. I was like, yo, no, let me stop, man.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is
Yeah. Yeah.
getting
Yeah.
to me, dog.
Yeah.
This is getting to me. Or the toy soldier.
Yeah. Any backstory from Dressrosa was just like the most heartbreaking thing you ever read in your entire life. Like, yo, what? What happened to them? What?
I remember. I remember. I remember. I seen a meme. You see this dog, but you don't know his backstory. It says One Piece at the end.
It's facts, though.
Yo, I was in tears, kid. I was
It's
in tears,
facts.
homie. But yeah, man, I think it's perfect, man. Keep doing it. I think I'll wait, man. This time it gives you time to make a great product. Just as long as you don't show up like One Punch Man season 3.
So that's
I
actually a
can't defend it. Homie,
no
I
one
can't
can
defend
defend
it.
it, nor should it be
I
defended.
can't defend it. Fam.
But
I'm sorry.
I think
I
that's
understand. Yeah.
I was like, I think that's a good transition, and you can keep going with your thought of like, again, I think One Piece going seasonal makes more sense, but I think it also speaks to, like you said, of like the prioritizing of what gets us released when, right? So in the case of One Punch Man, we clearly know that the studio's favorites are Chainsaw Man and Jujutsu Kaisen. That is where the bread is getting buttered, and One Punch Man has been thrown out like a dirty pair of shoes. And I just don't understand why. I'm like, why
Thrown
can't you
out ain't the
guys
word,
figure
homie.
out scheduling?
Thrown out is not the word. Yo, thrown out is not the word, kid. I seen Genos do a turnaround. I was shocked. I said, I said, I kid you not. I kid you not. Watch this. Saitama. Yo, and don't let me get started on Gar.
On Garo, the infamous sliding down the hill. Well, it
Oh,
doesn't take
and
that much animation. It's like, no, there's no animation
hey,
here.
guess what episode that landed on? The episode with the ninja community
Oh my
when they were doing
gosh.
the test fight
Mm-hmm.
with fam. When I say I felt like they took the rejects of the Pain versus Naruto fight to a whole nother level.
But even that was animated well.
That was animated well, but I don't know if they were going for a calligraphy style, like
Yeah,
Japanese calligraphy. Cause
yeah,
fam, those frames,
yeah.
those still shots.
Ah, my pain.
No,
My pain is greater than yours. Ah!
bro, when I'm like, yo, you know, you're like Travis Scott in a commercial. Dog, like,
Yeah.
yo, like that was. There's no words to like for that being released. I'm like, this is not even fan made at this point.
No.
They hired somebody from across the alley. Like,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
you do anime, right? Yeah.
Well, no, I think it was one of those things where it's like they had just the one guy in the room with absolute like creative control, and you're just like, and this is why you need editors. I will preach it from every hilltop. Behind every creative, but behind every genius creative is a genius editor being like, no, stop
Yeah, yeah.
it.
You need an editor. It's true.
Cut it out. But
Otherwise, yeah.
yeah, I was gonna say, generally speaking, now that we're seeing, and we meant to cover this topic last week actually, but again, it still ties in of like, how do you guys feel about the latest transition to more and more animes going the cinematic route, in terms of releasing their story arcs, right? Like Demon Slayer kind of started it off, but now we're seeing Chainsaw Man getting a whole arc in a movie. They're previewing some episodes of Jujutsu Kaisen earlier in the form of a movie. It's really just a compilation, but it's a movie. What do you guys think about the increase in anime cinematic releases of arcs?
I think they're doing that to expand their, I would say, their mood pool, or like watching like that, like basically their ecosystem. Like, remember how we said like the different forms of media, how you need it to just grow. Like, because like look at it, we even seen it, for example. I mean, luckily, yeah, it wasn't like episodes to a movie, but like Naruto. Like, you love the anime so much, but you had to see the movies, even though most of the movies weren't really that good.
Boy,
But it was just a simple fact of the matter is you wanted to see it. You wanted to see Naruto in a different way that was just not at the full comfort of your house. Like, you wanted that movie going experience.
mm,
And I think that's where it is, man. People want that connectivity of like, let's go to a theater and watch an actual anime or something of that nature. I mean, we already watch an animation through Pixar. Why can't we go to the movies to watch this?
yeah,
And then
I
also,
agree.
there's also the cosplay elements as well. The cosplay community is very big and it's ever growing. So people are looking for those moments to just scream at the theater amongst 200 other people wearing whatever they got on.
Yeah. I agree with you. I think it's just more. I think the thing I just find the most interesting is that it's more so about the, I guess you could say, the quote unquote canonical material that's being adapted. That I think is interesting. Like again, Demon Slayer kind of really, even though you're right, Naruto technically started it because the epilogue of Naruto technically was in a movie, both of them. It's like I think like seeing this where it's like, well, if you want to know what happens in Infinity Castle, run to your latest theater. It's like that's just a very interesting way of like, where we talked about some of the critiques about Demon Slayer, like, oh, there's so many flashbacks. And it's like, you're right. Maybe that's not the best format for a theatrical movie, but that is a part of this series. Versus had you got a standalone Demon Slayer movie, it probably would have been one flashback of one villain. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to here's Akaza's childhood. Or like, here's how Shinobu lost her sister and met her greatest adversary. And, like, it's just like, I think it's a hard thing to balance of like, you're still in a movie technically. So that's kind of where I'm at. Joy, what about you? What do you think about the canonical anime movies?
I think um I think kind of like gives for me one thing that I see that stands out working for it is that they don't have to worry about making a bad movie in the sense that the story's already laid out for them.
Okay.
So it's a lot easier for them to produce and focus on the pacing
Mm-hmm.
and the animation quality and what effects they'll decide to use and how cinematic they're going to make it, how they're going to make the scene more intense than it would on a normal viewing. Because now you don't have to worry about the story. Where does this villain fit into this place? Hey, man, this
Right.
guy makes
Right.
more sense than Muzan. What
Mm-hmm.
the, like My Hero Academia ran into some of those problems. You had two of the best villains, I would say, that should have been
That
in the
could have been their
main
own
anime.
arcs. Yeah.
Could have been their own arcs. That fake All Might. I said, why didn't you explore this? That would have been perfect.
So it's actually a really good idea.
Yeah, and then you had to me, he should have been the last boss of the
Nine.
series
Mm.
9. Versus what we got in yeah,
Neo versus Agent
oh
Smith. But go ahead.
yeah, yeah. Why do you persist?
Yeah.
Because I choose to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Somewhere
Like,
in there's a little boy crying out for my help.
again,
Yeah.
I stopped watching the series after season 3.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, but I think it's a safer way to tell a story. I think it's a safer way for the studios to tell a cohesive story without too much going left or like, yo, where was this ability? Are we gonna see this a power again? Like
Mm.
to avoid what's happening with Dragon Ball Z. This isn't after. This is during Boo, but not before Boo. This is and wait. So y'all met Brawley and y'all didn't decide to take him to fight Moro? Y'all just left him on the planet. I don't
Right.
understand what
Right.
y'all
Right.
doing. Like
Mm-hmm.
eh, what?
No,
And then
you're making good points. You're
and
absolutely
then
right.
And then, so wait, Piccolo knew magic all this time and he didn't show up to fight Moro? Because this is definitely before, this is after Daima. What?
Yeah.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so nah, man. I think honestly it's not it's a safer way. I watched Chainsaw Man. That arc was fire, and I see why they made it a movie.
Okay.
I see why they made it a movie, but because I was thinking about like this should have just been on TV. But I guess Chainsaw Man's style and objective of storytelling's different. It's definitely cinematic, but there's fights that technically don't they just assist the narrative in a different way. Like, oh, this is the payoff? No, that's the story he wanted to tell. He was making a
Mm.
point. This is how he must have felt when It's an expression of how he probably must have felt when he was falling in love with this girl or whatever,
Mm.
So for Chainsaw Man, Chainsaw Man has real deep moments. So at that point, I said, man, you know what? I'm satisfied with what I watched. I'm
Okay.
actually glad it wasn't no final strike battle towards the end.
The power of friendship.
The
Ah,
the
together.
power of friendship or the power of rage. Wait,
Yeah.
you killed my father. I'll never forgive you.
Right.
Finish Buster.
Right. Right. We're already
Yeah.
half dead, but
So
give me all your power because that's how we'll win. Huh?
give me your power for the second to third time. Like, it was. I enjoyed myself. I'd say if you watch Chainsaw Man, just go relax, man. It was a great film. I really liked the animation was great.
Okay.
The suspense was great. I think Chainsaw Man has very interesting characters, and it's gonna be for a lot of people their Cowboy Bebop, their Trigun with that level of maturity,
I think that's okay. There's
and I
there's no
and I
reason
like that.
why. Yeah, people need those
It
type of
doesn't got
animes.
And like for me, I really enjoyed the Astro Boy movie that was on Netflix. I really enjoyed that movie, and it's good because I wasn't, I said let me watch this anime and see where it takes me, and I liked it. It was a powerful narrative. The action was good when it was there, and the suspense was even on another level. So I said, you know what? Let me expand my palette. This was a good movie. This
Mm.
was a great animation. I didn't need, even though it would have been cool, it would have been nice. The narrative was just so much, just that good that I'm like, yo, this reminded me of when I would wake up and watch Ghost in the Shell, and I like that. It brought me to a place where I was like, yo, this is fire. I like this slow pace. They're telling their own story, their own world. They got stuff that makes sense in their world. The characters make sense. The decisions make sense. Like the Terminator. That Terminator animation was great narrative.
But I think to your point, even with the Terminator, I think like the thing that I always wonder about is like, well, if you're gonna do a canonical story in a movie, it's like where do you end it, right? Because so what Tim has said a couple pods ago, which is like, yo, you're not gonna see how the Infinity Castle ends until like 2030. So you're gonna watch the first movie on a cliffhanger, come back in 2 years for another cliffhanger, and then you know what I'm saying?
Now,
Like,
now I
Oh, by
get
the
that
way,
aspect. That's true.
as you wait, here Chronic Chronicles 2.
right. And then meanwhile, play our games. Enjoy this 3 year long season pass. Thanks. Tandro 7 coming winter 2027.
I get
Exactly.
you. I get
Omni
that.
breathing. Just okay. But yeah, like that. I think that's the thing that I'm kind of concerned about. Of like, we fall into the Attack on Titan effect, where Attack on Titan took 7 years to end a story arc that should have been done 2 years ago.
Well, that was, studio drama. I don't know what was happening there, but yeah, they
Bro,
definitely lost momentum.
how long did Rosa last? I kind of felt like Rosa and Sky P had lasted
3 years.
Yeah,
years.
Dressrosa
3
was literal
years.
years.
I,
Literally.
I hated that arc because of that.
Yeah.
I was like sinking in my seat. And then the payoff fight wasn't the greatest for me. I wasn't the most suspenseful.
If you look
I
at where it starts and where it ends in terms of the arc, I would agree with you. Of like, I don't
Yeah.
know how we got here from we're here to get my brother's devil fruit back. I don't know how we're here now.
and I
Of like,
kind of
they're in a
felt
bird cage.
It's
What?
like after you found out Sabo was alive, everything just went.
It just, yeah, like I'm like, what is happening?
yeah, I think I would have liked if, like, how are you guys enjoying the Vegapunk arc, by the way, to be honest with me too. I don't feel like it's like, yeah, because
I hey,
I'm kind of confused.
the madness of it is just a lot. Is a lot for me. I mean, it is gonna come slow down a bit now because I feel like we've reached those like once they stab Vegapunk, like
Don't forget, Tim. There's still one more moment.
yeah, but whatever.
Oh boy, what is it?
Yeah, there is whatever.
Oh, okay. What? Hold on. You gotta tell me off air. What's off air? My goodness, the
Yeah,
way Ann said that, I'm afraid now.
Oh, when it happens, you'll know.
Oh my god!
No, but yeah,
Don't tell
no,
me
but
Zoro fought another
it
black
was
person.
No,
there's
no,
just a
no,
lot
no.
of there was just a lot of chaotic moments, man, that I just really like, bro. Like they are going through a lot. It's like once they took over the Pacifistas, and then once the elders showed up, and then they did a Buster call, and it's just like
The
we don't
lore
know,
dump has been insane.
like we don't know how to get the ship
Hmm.
down. Um, Vagabond now is dead. Now that it's like it was just
Who rules the Seraphim? Are there more? Like it's
Blackbeard's crew shows up out of nowhere
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
leaves and just leaves. And it's just like, bro, like what is really going on in this place? And then you got Luffy and two giants versus five elders. Well, four, yeah, four, because one flew up. And it's just, bro, it's just a lot, bro.
All I'm all I saw was, I don't know. There's one elder to me. He looked like he a problem. Is the one that could turn into a horse.
He's
Oh,
probably the only problem out of the group.
yeah,
Yeah,
he's the one. He's the only one doing work.
yeah.
Like,
Satya Nadella? Or he putting in
he
that
showed
work?
up. He showed up. You're like,
Yep.
the rest of them
What
just trying to
pacifista?
eat. The rest of them just trying to eat Luffy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And one dude flew up like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna go stop this transmission before he tells the world the truth.
The truth, yeah.
While y'all
Mhm.
handle this down here."
But see, and it's funny, Jory, you asking my takes. I'm like, every time I upload a take on YouTube on my channel, I get cooked. I'm like, y'all know my takes of like these elders. They don't look the most intimidating. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like Tim said, it's just the one out of five.
That's what I'm saying. I was super disappointed. Like, I'm like,
I
you
mean,
you mean to tell me y'all
I
talk
kind of
to
feel.
Emu face to face, and this the set? I like, nah, y'all bang it.
I
Y'all get
mean, I
lost,
mean,
man.
I think it's the lore behind their fruit powers that I like. Is like, yes, they're all basically like Japanese, like demon figures.
Mhm.
So, like, I think it was the lore aspects that gave it most hype to me. But like, One Piece has a way of turning this all around because in this final arc, they're gonna give us some backstories, bro. Like this Zebek backstory, bro. It's like, bro, what is this? What is it? And it took us
Yeah.
this long. And I'm telling you, bro, Buggy might pull an Eisen on us, bro.
Right. Who knows who he's a child of at this point?
I mean,
No, seriously, I was joking, but I'm not
we've been
joking.
hinting, we've been hinting that
Yeah.
him and a
Like when
certain
I
song.
showed Joy that panel in the group chat, like he's like, "Is this fan made?" I said, "No, this is what's currently happening."
Bro,
All of the big
Buggy,
hitters are on this one island in this flashback right now.
bro. I was like, bro, what is going on here? But then honestly, yeah, like I said, man, like, after this flashback, they even give us some backstory about Dragon. Dragon was on a mission. He's like, hey man,
I'm
I'm
not
not
here
with
for this.
this.
Yeah, yeah.
Revolution.
Yep. I mean, again, One Piece's story, I think it's going to go down as one of the goats. I just think to me, I'm like, it's gotten to a point of like its greatest strength to me takes away a little bit of it. Of like, there's so much to keep track of that my brain at least is like, this all cannot be important by default. You know what I'm saying? Like, this all cannot hold an equal amount of narrative weight every single time. Like, I'm like, are we ever gonna come up with the events? Like, will the events of the Egghead arc matter 2 arcs from now? Who knows? Right? Like, it could mean everything and nothing. Because every time again we see a flashback chapter, I'm like, this is just like when we saw flashbacks in Naruto. Like, oh, this new generation is chicken change compared to what the Kaido era was. I'm like, they was doing what? You know what I'm saying? Like when I would get the backstory of Rox, like Rox was doing what by himself?
Yeah,
So
no, when I saw that, I said, wait, hold up. So he was in Vid Quest
hold on, you cut out for a
in
second.
MMO. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
I was saying that he was in Event Quest, like an MMO,
He was the raid
a
boss.
party battle. Yeah, a raid boss. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. But I think that's everything in terms of anime aspects. But now we're gonna bring back another beloved thing to the pod. 2 things actually, and that's how we're gonna close out the show tonight. First one being back to Formula. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you're new to the show or if you haven't been here since the last time we did one, we have two segments, the Back to Formula and PSS Approved. Now, in a nutshell, Back to Formula is something that we assign to, it could be a person, it could be a show, it could be an event, where we're just like, yo, y'all are, it's something, you're not getting it quite right here. You need to take it back to Formula, try it again, and come back when you collected yourself. And for this week's Back to Formula, I sent y'all the clip in the group chat, sent y'all the outline of what happened. We gotta call Smash JT to Back to Formula.
We need to take the whole line back to Formula. Back to Formula.
For those who don't know, about a week ago now, but you will know because if you have watched your Twitter timeline, Smash JT from that debate has been crashing out every day. I see a new tweet about that conversation they had. I'm like, this is what people who lost do. I'm not gonna hold you. Like, it's always the one who got beat up and say, no, run me another one. Like, no. We saw the first fight. Sit down somewhere. But for those who don't know, Smash JT is a controversial YouTuber, I'd say, who has been very vocal in his opinions about the gaming sphere. And like most of the people in his bubble, it's a mixture of things of like, yeah, there's some truth to what you're saying, but a lot of it is very rage baity of like, you're kind of exaggerating these points of like, I was with you at first, but you lost me immediately when you said this. And he ended up having a conversation / debate with Colin Moriarty, who runs Last Stand Media, who, for people who don't know, especially when it comes to all things PlayStation, he is a very, very knowledgeable guy. I think he has like 20 years of industry knowledge when it comes to games in general. And they kind of got into a debate about the sales of Ghost of Yotei. And Smash JT, in a nutshell, was saying that why should we trust these third-party companies that provide sales data for these games when, for all we know, they're manipulating the numbers to make these games look favorable, especially in the era of internet scrutiny of like, oh, it must have undersold. So you kind of manipulate the numbers to make sure to have it look better than it really did. And Colin's rebuttal to that was, well, like any other business, how can I turn a profit if I give away everything for free? So yes, you're right. Open transparency would be better if everybody could just see the numbers. But if this business, who has been in business for over a decade now, with reliable or as close to reliable numbers as they're able to provide given the data, why would I not, one, paywall it, and two, why would I lie? Then I will lose business. And Smash JT's essentially response was, well, I just don't agree with that. And he has been getting cooked for a week straight of like, oh, you were just a tourist here. You don't know. Like I said in the group chat, I'm like, I was shocked because I'm like, I really think, like, I'm not saying that this speaks to him as a whole, but I'm like, this was just a moment of like, you just did not come across the most educated. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, to me, I'm like, we do this pod. I've been wrong. Jory's been wrong. Tim's been wrong. We've come back the next pod like, you know what? I was wrong about that take. That was not the best take given the information I have. And we move on like anybody else does. Huh? Of course, correct. But he has quadrupled down at this point. So just want to get your guys' thoughts on what you've seen, what you've overheard, with the comments, the thought processes about sales numbers and I guess the rage bait community and what they bring to the table nowadays.
I smell a hater. Because like, all right, remember there was so much stuff that was just attached to Ghost of Yotei. Like, because first of all, the main complaint was like, oh, but why can't we just complete Jin's story? I was like, for what?
Mm-hmm.
The man is a fugitive till he dies.
Mm-hmm.
They basically, at the end of the game, they said new lords are coming to take over his land. Basically, somebody's going to live in his house.
Yeah.
The man is a fugitive on this island till he dies. So he's hidden somewhere in this foxhole for the rest of his life, or if he wants to migrate somewhere like. But then the thing about it is, like, his story was kind of done. He chose a different path from what he was originally is. He became the ghost.
Mm-hmm.
And what does the ghost do? You live in mystery.
Mm-hmm.
So the man lived out his life, whatever he did, and honestly, yeah, it's a cliffhanger, but not really. So
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
you get this game, it's a time skip. Like, yeah, people don't realize, bro, those Japan eras like that, like yes, 100 years could pass by and it could still look like this. Like there ain't no future Yakumo versus Ryu. No,
Yeah.
it's just a simple time skip. You play in a time. First of all, now you're actually in Japan. You're playing in the northernmost region, which had like a lot of historical stuff connected to it at the time, and they wanted to display that in the game. You are the daughter of a blacksmith who ran into some issues with a gang. They killed your family, stabbed you, and left you for dead. And being the daughter of a blacksmith, you grew up, you became a mercenary, and one day you decided, yeah, it's time for them to get got.
Mm-hmm.
Kill Bill style.
Yup.
The Kitsune, the Oni, the Spider,
The
Lord Saito,
right. The
and the
dragon.
rest
The
of it.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like okay, it's a straightforward story, yes, but honestly, it came prepared with so much to do. Like, bro, like when you see that little bird fly by, you like,
I'll be right back.
I'll be right back.
Horse to
I'll
me.
be right. And it's just like it came prepared, man. It's a fully loaded game. Before they even sell you any type of DLC that we still, we're getting, but like we still don't know the full details about it. And it's like, bro, this is what we've been asking for games for a while. Like games that come prepared with something without you trying to wall me with something else.
Right. But Tim, I
Like,
don't want to play as a woman, Tim. I don't want to play as a woman. I
and
want to.
don't buy it. And don't buy it. Go to Shima. Director's cut is still available
Right.
for
New
you.
Game Plus, too.
New Game Plus. If you want to go through all the difficulty levels to give you that immersive experience every single time, go ahead. Don't buy it. Just don't buy it because you are kind of showing what you really value as a person,
Mm-hmm.
and then you got to understand the consequences that are attached to that. Is like the thing about it is she's an interesting character.
Yeah.
Nothing is false about her. Like it kind of does make sense. Like, bro, you are the daughter of a blacksmith, and then look, this is the one game that focuses a lot on your weaponry.
Mm-hmm.
The daughter of a blacksmith, of course.
They don't treat her like a femme boss. There's no like demasculation of men. Like it's just like you said. It's a straightforward story.
Yeah, and then to be honest, like, and especially I guess especially watching like Star Wars, Clone Wars, like you saw a lot of women bounty hunters, and they were sinister.
Mm-hmm.
Side Ventress, that other one with like a long ponytail, like bro, like they were vicious in this world. And then you do that's what you showing you. Like that world is very vicious. Like the moment she show up with that half wolf mask, the Unreal.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, bro, like she is feared. She is feared.
Yeah.
Like so that means she done racked up some heads
Yeah.
like all the time. So
Yeah.
like I said, man, like, that just a showcase of him as a person. And then the thing about it is, like, yeah, you already know Sony like put some money into this, and they are going to show you the sales reps. Like I would say quarterly, probably before the DLC drops. They'll probably
That's what
just
Colin said. It's like you're gonna get the numbers. Like
you are going to get the numbers. You are going to get the numbers, like because Sony knows which games to do, like especially certain pinnacle flagship games
hmm
like this. They are going to show you the numbers. They are because they know this game was going to succeed.
hmm
They knew it. Now, yes, the marketing and stuff they did, that was a little gamble,
Yeah.
I'll admit,
Yeah.
but it still paid off, bro. That moment that game released, bro, my entire timeline was filled with PS5 share.
hmm
Oh,
Same.
look at me running through a meadow. Look at me, like Mighty Keith said, look at my drip, look at the drip.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, look at my stats, and it's just like people are loving it, bro. People are
I,
loving it.
I'm full agreement with you. Joy, let me get your thoughts, bro. What do you think about the whole Smash JT calling debate and just the stances that were taken during that time?
I mean, I wasn't really invested, man. I don't really. it's not a like. Yeah, I mean, it was just take the L, man. That's it. Just take the L. Like,
That's all. Like it's not saying your career is over, bro. You can still make just you lost.
yeah,
Course correct.
I wasn't I wasn't going crazy for Ghost of Yotei, but I didn't think it was not gonna sell.
Right,
I didn't think it was not gonna sell. I just thought they could have did a better job at marketing the game, hyping it up. But whatever they make is because they did not lead with marketing. Like whatever numbers they whatever total units sold is because it's whatever they didn't make is because of their marketing. It
right. Not
didn't
not because the
feel
game wasn't there.
yeah, it's not because the game was there. And I think in all honesty, you have more to gain if you played this version versus the original because there's more to do. So yeah, I wouldn't have lost sleep over Ghost
Right.
of
Right.
Yotei. I would I didn't even lose sleep about Halo coming to PlayStation. You know, like I didn't. It
Well,
was
plus, you
just
already know that Ghost 1 and 2 bundle pack is coming.
Oh no, for
After.
sure, for sure. But that's I think that's the thing too of like ultimately it's like it we kind of reached this point, and Tim, you always bring this up, and that's why I always quote you. It's like you, it's almost like you're in too deep at a certain point of like I understand the engagement, the this, the that. I could totally get it. That's just where the creator economy is right now. However, I think there is still room for just you standing by your opinion and that being it. You don't have to go and question the sales data. You don't gotta just say, I just did not want to play this game. Jory has told us multiple times he's not the biggest fan of Ghost Combat System. That's okay. It's the same reason why I just not into Metal Gear Solid the way you guys are. I'm not a stealth kind of guy. I'm not saying the story's bad. It's just I don't like sneaking around or I die. It's not my idea of a good time.
yeah. For me, I like Neo's combat system. Like
Mm,
I do. I think it's more engaging for me. I get to use my twitch muscle. I love to use my reaction time. I love to figure out the reaction time where I can get a perfect parry. I love that. I mean, you saw during the stream, I was trying to make sure that I could get the perfect parry with Cloud,
mm.
and it wasn't connecting. So I'm like, okay, maybe it's a delayed frame. I have to do it earlier, X, Y, Z. But yeah, I didn't think this game would not do good. So I just think this game should have definitely had more applauses and pushing back
One thousand
pushing.
percent. One
It,
thousand
and
percent.
I didn't feel that. I didn't see that. So it kind of like on my end, it made it kind of subconsciously caused people to react the way Sony. Oh, Sony, you guys don't care about this game?
That's a good
Okay,
point. That's a good point. I think it's like it. The lack of flair kind of makes you question of like this is one of your biggest IPs.
yeah,
What?
because when it comes down to Spider Man,
Yeah, true.
and that Wolverine trailer, like
You're right. You're right. By
I watched that
comparison,
Wolverine trailer like 30 times.
hmm
I think they were also banking off the fact of the matter is like this was their key game for that summer fall transition.
hmm
So it's like, well, it's going to sell regardless because look at the quarter of the year. That's the time where we're entering the holiday season, and depending on what forward momentum is after that, like say the DLC component, the anime component, like obviously they're pumping longevity into this.
yeah.
Kind of like yeah, like we went months without knowing like okay, what is the story? What are the gameplay of it like? But then they dropped those two state of plays back to back, and it's just like, oh, we're actually getting quite a lot.
hmm
Okay, but you could have still told us this over time.
Yeah.
But maybe they also wanted to iron out the kinks. I mean, I'm even that way myself sometimes. Like when I'm editing stuff, it's like, bro, I want it to be such a great quality to like, okay, once you digest this, you have the ultimate faith in me.
hmm
Maybe that's just where they were. Now, yes, do I recommend that with all your products? Absolutely not.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
No, you need to like market these things. I need to know. Like I said, man, I miss developer diaries, bro. I miss all of that. But then now we're in the market where, oh yeah, we can sell it to you in a collector's edition.
But I think part of that, unfortunately, is a byproduct of this internet discourse of like, well, you said in developer diary number 2 at 14 minutes in that Atsu will be able to swing her swords like Roronoa Zoro. So I don't care that it didn't work out mechanically. That's what I was looking forward to. I wanted to do the Santorio.
Had to.
So unfortunately, but I think ultimately, like we all said, it's like, bro, just take the L, man. It's okay. It's okay. Do you know, again, especially even in a space like this where we talk as part of our nature of content, it's like, do you know how many things that are gonna age poorly in what we say? It happens all the time. If you were to rewind this pod literally to this time last year, Jory would have still been singing the praises of how Xbox is about to turn the corner. How would he have known? You know what I'm saying?
How would I have known?
So there's certain things. It's like, bro, like it's all right. We're not saying that you're discredited as a content creator. Although it's like your crash out is you're making yourself look crazy right now. But it's just like, bro, like he got you. It's okay. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sorry that, you tried with Assassin's Creed Shadows. It ended up selling. You tried with Ghost. It ended up selling. Hey, sometimes you miss. It's okay. Just go do something else. Go back to formula. But to shift things to the PSS approved, Tim, you brought up this topic for us to discuss in terms of the remainder of 2025. Turns 2025. There's a few months left of the year. One of the topics we'll definitely have before the end of the year is how packed 2025 has been, to the point that I had to think of certain games. I'm like, oh, I haven't even played that yet. I haven't even got, what I'm saying? I haven't even got around to that yet. Is there any other games on the docket for you guys between now and the end of the year that you're interested in? That's like, oh man, I think we got something.
Oh yeah. Towards the end of the year, I would say the beginning of the year of next year. I'm looking forward to. Code Vein 2. I'm actually gonna play that one. I'm looking forward to that one. Um, Resident Evil. You know,
Knock yourself
in a
out.
way. I mean, in a way, not like to die for.
Mhm.
But hey, I'll see what this game about. I'll make my final decision. I'd say that, and I probably won't get it right away. But if I do, um, you know, yeah. So for me, Code Vein 2, um, there's something else that I was really amped for. I'm gonna definitely get Invasion. That's looking fun.
Marvel
Although I
Cosmic Invasion.
Marvel
yeah,
Cosmic Invasion, yeah,
Cosmic
Yeah,
that was
Invasion.
that's on my list too.
I
yeah.
do wish the arts I know this is nitpicking, but I really did wish they kind of like drew it out like Streets of Rage 4. I kind of
I
wish they
mean,
did,
Streets of Rage 4 was a different team though, technically.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I still kind of wish they pulled from that, to be honest with you. Like
Mm.
I'm kind of tired of the chibi style because the Nintendo renders for the like Game Boy Advance, they kind of look more fire than those sprites, if I'm being honest with you. Like I think I would have gone with a more edgier look, but that's just me being extra. But I'm still looking forward to it. So what else? What else? What else? Uh, 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 uh. Can't think
More
of it.
Halo.
I was
It's
about
on
to
the
say no,
top.
no,
Huh?
no Halo. One more time. One more.
Oh, Halo? Nah, I actually have my gripes with it. There's a lot of things that I don't understand. Like it should have been they should have honestly just did a reimagining like in the likeness of Final Fantasy 7. I don't understand why you would remake the exact same game with a facelift. Okay, you added a bunch of new weapons. Okay, we make Final Fantasy 7. Imagine if we made Final Fantasy 7 the exact same way, but you get the sword from 15.
It's
It's
more.
more work.
Oh, more
It's
work.
more
But
work.
I
They
But
mean,
wanted some. They
I
wanted a
know,
quick.
but the thing is, Halo needs more work. It needs that. Like, you can't tell me that you're Microsoft and we have all the gamings with the biggest publisher at
But
the
Joy,
moment, and you don't put no money behind it.
but you realizing you've been preaching on what they should do, but then obviously they're not. They're not
No,
doing it for a reason, man.
and
they're a
and
trillion
that's
dollar
why.
company that moves like an indie startup.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's what it is.
yeah, because like we've entered a period, man. Like a lot of corporations, especially when they realize on how they get cut manpower, because they want to hoard.
Mm-hmm.
They want to hoard the proceeds. Because honestly, you have other companies like Nintendo out there showing you like, hey, bro, you ain't got to do all that.
Literally.
You know, right? Like these people are so depressed with their lives, and they're so intertwined with us that we are like our what we produce is their lifeline. So just give them a certain amount of quality where you don't get destroyed in the reviews, and just sell it to them. Just sell it to them. That's it.
yeah.
Like I said, man, it's just yeah, it is. It's a very nice facelift. I'll give it that. It is a nice facelift. Um, but it
But
does,
but
like how I said earlier, it does give that feeling to people who chose a side during that era of PlayStation and X. Were like, wow, like this is where we at. Okay, 2 to 3 of my boys, we can all load up online and just have a good time. And then to be honest, like, yeah, I feel like the full multiplayer would have been, a much added bonus. But, like I said, you never may know what's around the corner with these people. So they're definitely using these first party titles that they have given. Boy, you can't even call them that no more. Um, they've definitely used these titles that they've transferred over to PlayStation as a tester to see for what they want to do for the future. And we'll just see from there. Because you never may know, man. A new acquisition might come around, and certain things might just get shifted around. Because
I don't think Microsoft is ready to acquire anything else right now. But
the only thing Sony giving them is, I mean, we gave y'all MLB.
because they were
no,
forced to.
yeah, they were forced
If
to.
it was up to them, they
MLB
wouldn't have done that.
MLB was like, yo, you know what? Yeah, y'all gotta go over. Y'all
Yeah.
gotta go over ASAP.
There's
Like,
too much
no.
money being lost for y'all to be sitting here saying it's a Sony exclusive. No,
Yeah.
sir.
Y'all
No,
saw the new Street game that
right.
new NBA game that
Yeah, yeah,
dropped. I
yeah.
mean,
NBA run.
y'all couldn't team up with Ice Cube. Y'all got the idea from him.
Yeah.
But
So
I mean,
yeah,
that's a
those
game I would put on my list. But I mean, it's not coming out this fall. But like NBA Run, I'm like, NBA Street spiritual successor, sign me up. I don't care what you call it. You know. Joe, was there anything else on your list of things you're looking to play? Or
I guess you can go through yours and maybe mine will come up. Let me see. I
okay,
can
I
go.
mean, Cosmic Invasion was definitely one of them for sure. I was saying before we started recording, at some point I plan on playing Sword of the Sea. Like I know it didn't like set the world on fire, but I'm like, I don't think that was the point of the game. Like it just,
no, it's one of those games where you just enjoy it for what the world is.
mm-hmm,
So that's why, like, I really like that particular developer. It's just like that's what their games are. They did Abzu. I think they did some game called, I think, The Pathaway or something.
mm-hmm.
But like that's what it is. You just lose yourself, man, in the world, and it's like very motion filled. Like so, you're enjoying. Like, bro, I'm just literally just doing all this stuff, and then all this picturesque stuff is just all around me,
Right.
man. Enjoy yourself, man.
Yeah, watching like a storyboard of an art piece kind of play. Like to me, like that's my I guess that's my gaming definition of a cozy game, right? Of like something around like I don't have to think the deepest, but I can still enjoy what I'm seeing and enjoy what's happening. And hey, it was 20, $30 maybe, in 8 hours, and I'm at peace. Like
Yeah, because we also got to realize, man, we also still got to enjoy the different calibers of games out there. Because, like you said, man, these high, AAA titles, or they're still under that label. There's so much burnout related to them because they
mhm,
demand so much of your life.
yeah.
Oh, like even like with these multiplayers, like for example, like even with the Pokemon stuff, like hey, if you don't play this season, you're not getting the mech stone for Delphos, oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, well,
Don't you want
now,
Mega Great Ninja?
so you basically telling me after I get home from work, I need to log on and put in XYZ amount of hours to get this for the season. They's like, yes, you do.
Yeah.
You're not getting no mega Delphos, my boy. I was like, okay,
And you know you don't want the FOMO, so you better get to work.
yeah, exactly what it is, bro. They're preying on your emotions, bro.
Yeah.
Your wallet and your emotions.
Really the only other game that comes to mind that looked pretty interesting, because it was made, and I could be wrong, but I think it was a part of the team that made Streets of Rage 4. Did you guys see that game Absolum? It's like almost like a roguelike beat 'em up.
Absolutely.
Is
Yeah.
it kind of like Sifu or
No, it's literally like a side scroller beat 'em up, kind of like Streets of Rage. But you unlock power ups with every run. So it's kind of like a roguelike, but it still
Oh,
has a story.
okay. I see what you're talking about. No,
Yeah.
I have not seen this at all.
Yeah. So to me, you know, you guys know I'm a sucker for beat 'em ups. And it's like when I hear that and I hear Streets of Rage team, I'm like, well, where can I where can
Go,
I swipe my credit card?
go Temu, yeah.
Yeah. Just tell me where I can swipe my credit card, you know? So that's definitely a game I'm like, I plan to give a little bit of shine to for sure. Cause it's just, you know, I know roguelikes can tend to be a little bit harder in difficulty, but to me, I'm like, you guys have literally not missed since Streets of Rage 4.
Yeah.
Everything you put out has been quality. I'll take it. You know,
let me see.
I think that's it. There's really, I mean, again, the year's over in 2 months, and then early next year, it's just like I'm not, you know, anything past, like I guess like the end of 2025 is like we all know we've been gamers long enough. They can get pushed back. So I can be like, well, you know, in March, so and so was like, no, it's not. So to me, I'm like, I can think until about December 2025, and after that, I don't. I have no other interests.
To be honest, anything that don't really come out like before Thanksgiving is like, okay,
Who knows? Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
When's Metroid Prime releasing? Let me see.
The end of the year?
Metroid Prime 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Okay, it's man about to Mad Max.
I mean, if it's bad, it's bad, but
Mad Max in space, in space, in space,
oh
in space.
yeah, I do remember that. That's
Right. Why run a super speed when you could ride the Akira bike?
I could turn into a morph bar, a morph ball, and then I can run faster than.
And you said you also got Battlefield, right? Yeah.
I did got Battlefield, but I am going to retire that for a little while, bro.
It's getting to you.
It's getting to me. It's getting to me. The you can tell when the long-term Battlefield players are on the map is what I'll say. Like I'm getting sniped from God knows where. I just respawned. Like, not only did I get hit by a bullet, I got hit by a wanted bullet. The bullet curved. Ricocheted off of a tank and hit me headshot. You know, so I'm like, I'm out of my league.
Oh yeah, Crimson Desert. Yeah, that's the game I had in the back.
That's
of my
not.
mind.
If it ever
Yeah,
releases.
like it's in March, quote unquote. That's what I said. Anything 2026.
Could be pushed back.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, but no, Battlefield, I mean, I will say it's fun. I have enjoyed it. It's just, you know, I think it just, unfortunately, any game like that ends up coming to PC in particular, it's like you're not only dealing with the veterans, but then you're dealing with a lot of cheating. Like, I don't know if you guys see some of the headlines. EA has been on a banning spree for PC players of like, yo, your profile is deleted. Because Buddy got about 7 aimbots. You know what I'm saying?
They stream.
Yeah. So it's like you're seeing them, you know, they're running gun by the side. All of a sudden the gun is like, dodge this. You're like, yo, how?
They got the wanted gun.
Yeah, the human body cannot, you know, input a controller that fast. So it's just, you know, like it's enjoyable. I do think, like, I don't think I wasted my money. You know what I'm saying? But it's just one of those things of like, oh, I see what type of game this is. This is like when you hop on like Street Fighter and it's like you run into the guy who has Ryu in the classic samurai gi, and his avatar is all tricked out. You're like, this is only going to end up one way, and it will not be with me winning. So I'm gonna go ahead, put my controller down. You put me in the infinite combo where somehow I don't touch the ground, and GG. You know, so. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I feel like we covered all the topics for tonight. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for tuning into another episode of the Press Start Select podcast. As always, we appreciate y'all. Obviously, we know we make sure to take special care into the requests and comments you guys give us. If you haven't already, Anime Corner is back, so check that out for sure. In the meantime, if you want to look up a little more of gaming and chill, Rest Mode Lounge is available for you right now. You know, so we have a lot of different avenues of content that you guys can explore and enjoy. But in the meantime, please make sure, especially if you're on YouTube, like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you have access to the hype button, hyper episodes up. Every little bit of growth helps. Again, the feedback has been great on the most recent episodes in terms of engagement. So that's always encouraging. And we'll see y'all next time. Till then.
Also follow our streams. We are streaming.
Yes.
You know, life be lifing. So I promise you there'll be more of a consistent schedule for me on my end, because you know, why not enjoy what I enjoy?
You know, same with me. You know, like you said, life be life, and sometimes this was not the week to stream for me. This would not have been a week of.
Yeah, you gotta go in depth. I think I missed that entire convo, man. I probably wasn't there for that because I was going through stuff myself. So
yeah, no, for sure. But yeah, definitely there'll be more streams for me as well. It's just, you know, when I go quiet, just know life has once again reared its ugly head. So, but till next time, ladies and gentlemen, I am Antonius the Gamer, Mikkel Smith, Super SSS rank. Peace.
All right.
Yeah.